Oh, yeah. Hello. Welcome to the Podcasters Lounge live stream. We also, as you probably know, have a Facebook group. The Facebook group is the place to be. So join the Podcasters Lounge Facebook group. Just be sure to obey the rule. The rule is no self-promotion, no show promotion, right? So we can chat, have fun in the group, have a good time, but don't promote yourself or you will pretty much immediately be banned. So, and this stream we do randomly. We do it definitely on the first Wednesday of the month, but in recent times we've been doing the stream a lot more often. And yeah, and so there's no agenda here, meaning this isn't like training. We're not going to present valuable content. Like, we're just hanging out. That's all we're doing. So don't expect much. But we're happy to hang out with you. And so if you're here in the chat, definitely say hello in the chat and tell us, your name, obviously, and tell us what your show is. If you do have a podcast, tell us, and then we can actually check it out on the stream here. So I don't know who's going to be here this evening to co-host with me. I don't know. We'll see who shows up. So, yeah, and I just should quickly mention that don't forget that the sponsor of the lounge is Podcast Engineering School. Yeah, learn to engineer and produce podcasts at a professional level. Okay. And you can sign up to receive the daily goodies. That's my daily email, which you can receive a daily or a weekly roundup. It's a tiny little tip, fact, or lesson every day on podcast production, audio production. Okay. So anyway, that's who's sponsoring this whole thing. So today I'm kind of proud of myself. I finished the episode of my show for tomorrow, which is the Podcast Engineering Show. And I'm assuming, you know what? I just realized my audio level. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Oh yeah. Of course. Okay. So today I finished up my episode for tomorrow, which is pretty good. And I actually use this microphone. I don't know if this is the first time I'm using this microphone on an episode of my show, but welcome if you're just joining us here in the lounge. Say hello. Tell us what your show is and tell us what you're drinking. I'm actually drinking agua. Yeah, baby, agua. And I kind of I'm going to put it on this side. Even though my channel strip is over here and like, I don't like putting anything, liquid or food next to it. Say hello. Yes, Facebook user, welcome. And by the way, Facebook user, in the post itself, you can give Facebook the permission to show your name. So that helps a lot. If you can do that, just look in the post, click on it, and then you have to basically give Facebook permission to show your name. And yeah, Billy O is trying to join, but it says device not connected, Billy. So yeah, Billy, take your time, get your things straight. But anyway, welcome to the lounge. Tell us who you are. So I did an episode of my show for tomorrow, but guess what I did too? I have a podcast. It's called The Mystic Show, and I never talk about it. I literally never talk about it. mysticshow.net. See, this is a podcast I've been doing since 2014. It's all about spirituality and mindfulness and meditation. And I just released a very short episode today titled Managing All the Stress Caused by the Virus. So it's very simple. And we could even talk about, because actually, look at my show notes. These are like very simple show notes. And this is all I said in the episode. I mean, the episode's 9 minutes, 43 seconds. So it's not very long, and here he is. Put your mice together and clap for Billy O, brother. Oh yeah, I can't hear you. So did you in StreamYard? I believe you could just check your set, make sure it's pulling from the right thing. Other than that, yeah, I would check your the computer itself, are you on a Mac or PC? Or one for Mac, two for PC? Oh yeah, he just dropped off. So can you see? Oh, that was him. Can you see me? Yes. Roy Stegman, what's up, bro? Right? You love short episodes. It really was. It was an episode, but it was very short. And yeah, I mean, I didn't go deep into any of these concepts, but I just felt like, well, for the other reason for me putting out this episode was because for the Mystic Show, I actually haven't put out, well, let's look. When was my last episode? The one before this one was June 10th of last year. The one before that was September 17th of 2017 when I said this is the end for now. So I took a hiatus at the end of 2017. I put out one episode in 2019 and then this one in literally probably 2 hours ago. So anyway, I thought it would be nice to, I just had some thoughts about all like the virus stuff going on and people staying home and people getting anxious and, lives are being changed significantly, right? Like for real, right? So these are weird times we live in. And so I wanted to do that episode. So Roy, are you guys, well, I guess you're not going to be touring or playing any clubs lately, Roy. And if you want, and please remind me of the name of your band, Roy, or the website. I'll pull it up on the screen. We can talk about it. I would even say we could play some of your audio, but I don't want to get copyright strikes and all that other nonsense. So, but I actually, excuse me, I could, oh yeah, baby. Let's play some little background music. So, welcome. Say hello if you're just getting here. Billy O is trying to connect and join me. If any of you guys want to jump on the stream too, let me know. I'll PM you the link and you can join. Obviously, you need a decent mic and video, but you don't need anything special. You don't need something like this, okay? You just you need something decent. All right, Sister Kill Cycle. Oh yeah. Well, here's your Facebook page. And here's your Reverb Nation. Hey, is Reverb Nation, is this one of the Reverb Nation, isn't that like a pretty prominent website in terms of bands and stuff, Roy? I'm so out of touch with like bands and where you can find their music. Although I did listen to an episode of Darknet Diaries today when the subject of the episode was a guy who basically hacked MySpace back in the day. So, and I was on me and my band were on MySpace back in the, like, I'd say from about 1999 to 2003 or 2004, we had our band on MySpace. Is MySpace still around? Sorry. MySpace.com, right? It's still here? Wow, Dave Grohl. He's not young anymore. He's not young. Welcome to the lounge. The band does have a conference call soon, so if I suddenly leave, that's where I went. Yeah, no problem, Roy. We're just hanging out in the lounge. So welcome if you're here. Say hello. And say hello, but bookmark this page. But Sister Kill Cycle, that's Roy Stegman's band. So check that out. Yeah, buddy. American Liberty, what's up, man? Howdy, brother. Welcome to the lounge. Seriously, one of us has to somehow get a hold of Arnold Schwarzenegger and ask him to say the lounge and just sample that. But American Liberty and Roy, or any of you guys that are here, is the music too loud? Let me know if the music's too loud. I'll turn it down a little. Liberty, dude. Look at you, man. Jumping from YouTube to Twitch. Oh, Twitch. Twitch is awesome. I've been watching the Chess Bros. And they've been doing some late night streams with playing chess. Pretty fun, man. I don't know if you're into chess. They got a pretty cool channel. Let me find it. Chess Bro Twitch. Yeah, this is it. So is it going to play? No. Okay. Anyway, right? You click on this to see the anyway, chess. Why is it not? What the heck? All right, there you go. Anyway. Oh, see, I just messed up the I messed it up. Anyway, I've been watching chess. There we go. That's good enough. So yeah, Billy O was going to join. He's not here. Jim Collison might jump on. Who knows who's going to jump on today? If you're watching and you want to jump on, let me know. So yeah, Reverb Nation is almost like Sonic bids. The paid service does give you opportunities, but as a free thing, Reverb Nation is useful for consolidating stuff about your band. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So are you on MySpace, Roy? Right? Where do we search? Search. I'm searching. Yeah, MySpace, baby. Let's bring it back. Snooty MySpace. Well, look, it's searching. Anyway, we don't have to focus on this. Oh, wait. This is it? Oh, that's one of your songs. Yeah. Videos, artists. Oh, yeah. Of course you're here. What am I thinking? All right. Anyway. Oh, and here's your Facebook page. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. All right. So, welcome everybody to the lounge. Oh, Billy O's back. Dude.
Oh, there we go. Hello. Can you hear me now?
I heard you for a second. You just drifted away. Yeah, the volume went way down. That's almost sounds like a bad connection. So, by the way, welcome to the lounge. If you're here, say hello in the chat. Tell us what your show is.
Hello. Test better?
Yeah.
Better? All right, cool. Yeah, that might be
man.
Yeah. I forgot Firefox doesn't like StreamYard. Had to use Chrome on this.
Oh, now you got a lot loud. Something's coming in and out, bro.
I don't know. Huh.
Maybe it's a cable connection or probably not.
Yeah, well, let me try on. Let's see.
No, you're okay now. Don't touch anything.
Yeah. Okay. You good now?
Yeah. I mean,
okay,
yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I don't.
Billy O.
Crazy technology. Who would have guessed that we'd be at its mercy? You know.
So Billy O, how are you dealing with everything, brother?
I mean, I'm kind of a shut-in anyway, so it's not that hard to do. Okay. There's my site right there. Yeah. It's one thing that one good thing that came out of this though so far. I've been trying to remember all my passwords to all of the different sites that I've subscribed to. Like I just remembered my Native Instruments password where I downloaded all my stuff from them, and I haven't gotten a new computer in forever, so I haven't needed to download it. But now, like, since I'm in here, so like every day, all day, like, I've got people asking me to like work on music stuff for them. So now I had to like get all the stuff that I used to have on my old computer onto this one. So I had to remember my Native Instruments password, and it took a little bit of hacking to get it there. But I figured it out finally. So now it's just the process of downloading everything again, which is always a good way to kill time, just downloading things.
There you go. Wow. Yeah, that's tough, but glad you figured it out, bro.
Oh yeah.
And American Liberty says that's what you get when you use those cheap SM7Bs. He added this.
What is an expensive mic then? If like what do you consider cheap? If this is a cheap one,
he's kidding. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I thought this.
Yeah, he's kidding.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say though? LastPass. This is what you probably heard of this. This is the service I use. I
had that. I used to have that. Yeah. But see, they do that thing where they like make a password for you, and it's like 50 characters long of just random gobbledygook.
Well, no, but that's only if you want them to do that. You can use all your own passwords.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a list on my phone already of all my own passwords. Like, I don't need to pay them. Just keep my passwords in a list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the easy thing about this is like when you go to a site like it when you go to log into a site, like wherever it's at, like, look, if I say log in, like, okay, this is a bad example because LastPass doesn't do it, but like right here, there'll be like a little 3 dots and you just click it and it remembers the URL and it remembers your password. So you don't have to type in your email or paste it in or nothing. You just click the little 3 dots, choose your profile, and then you click login and you're in. Like, so it does make it a lot more handy.
Apple Keychain does that too. Like, that's why I have everything stored on is my Apple Keychain. And
really?
And it does the same exact thing. It fills in everything for you. It remembers all the stuff. And you just have a list of all the accounts that you have loaded on there. Then you just it says add password for the site, and you just hit yes, and it fills everything in. So,
okay,
yeah.
What's that called? Apple?
I think it's Apple Keychain. It's the thing that comes with like Mac now or iPhones and everything.
So it's just on there. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Chrome has their own little thing too. I forget what they call it, but when I log into a site, a pop-up from Chrome always asks me, "Do you want us to store your username and password?" I always say no, obviously, because I'm using LastPass.
Yeah, or double store it. You know, it's never bad. They can't be too secure with your passwords. Got to save it like 15. What if LastPass goes down? Then what do you
Right.
Yeah.
Well, or gets hacked.
Yeah, I write it on a piece of paper and then I store it in a safe somewhere so that you can. Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna ever really have it safe, right? Is if you physically write it somewhere instead of save it online somewhere.
Right. Roy says I use LastPass, but another one that also does that is 1Password. Okay. And obviously, it doesn't mean you have 1Password for all your accounts.
No. Although it is easier that way. It is much easier, much more convenient to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ABC 1 2 3, bro.
Yeah.
The
password's just password. That way, it's right there for you. You don't even have to.
You just copy.
Yeah. It's all about convenience, time saving.
So Billy O, you put out a couple episodes recently. You've been knocking them out now that you're home.
I've been doing the quarantine sessions. Yes, I'm calling them. I opened it up to anybody who's got audio equipment. I've been using Zencaster like that we did on your show. That was a couple of times. I use Zencaster now. So anybody who's got audio equipment and wants to do an episode, I'm open to anybody who wants to do it. Just to kill the time, just to talk about whatever. It doesn't have to be music stuff or anything. It's we're open now. We're open for business for anybody as far as I'm concerned. It's just something to do, to kill it. Because I mean, I over in Colorado there, what's the weather like? Is it still like snowy up there and stuff too?
Well, winters here are kind of not that rough, but we do get snow and it does get cold. But like over the past week or so, it's been sunny. Like during the day, it's like 55, 58.
It's sunny. Super nice here. Yeah, it's super nice here, and it's getting really like bumming me out that you can't go out and do anything because it's like the birds are chirping, the sun is out, and it's all like the spring has sprung here, and it's like this is when you're supposed to leave your house and go do things.
Yeah, well, Billy, go lay on the grass, bro.
Yeah. I might have to soon. Yeah,
just
bring my laptop out there too, just in case I want to stare at a screen still.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jim Collison's here. Hey, Jim. So. Billy, do you watch a lot of reaction videos on YouTube and stuff?
No.
Okay. These password thingies are ideal for when you work a lot of logins, even dummy accounts for testing websites. Yeah, that's true. That's the thing. I do have like clients that I log into their accounts, and so and just personally, I do have a lot of accounts, so it really does help in that. You're right, Roy. Yeah, without it, I don't know. I just have like a little text file with, which is what you have, right, Billy?
A notes thing on my phone too, maybe, or something like that. Save it to the cloud. Yeah.
So on your phone, do you have your phone locked? Like when your phone is sleeping and you want to wake it up, do you have to put in a password every time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't do that. I started doing that like when I went to Podfest. What was it, a couple weeks ago? But Jim, don't forget I sent you the link to join, Jim, if you do want to jump on, by the way, buddy. But no, like when I was at Podfest, I did that. I have a password and I, have my phone locked. But like when I'm home here and stuff, I just turn that off because it's so annoying. Like 987 times a day, you're logging into my phone. Like that's too much.
Yeah. So, well, they got the fingerprint thing too, so it's real simple now. Just put your finger on it or your thumb on it, read your print, and then you're good to go. So
is that what you do?
I mean, no, I dropped my phone too much. It's broke now, so I can't do that. But yeah. I mean, that's usually what saves you time doing the password, because now the passwords are like 6 digits too. So you're adding an extra 2 digits every time there's a password. So when you do it 17,000 times a day, it's like an extra 10 minutes out of your day,
Right? Oh. Ralph is on Twitch. Ralph, you really want to join, bro? I'll send you the link. I'll send it in Facebook Messenger if that's okay. All right.
What mic are you using this time? What is that?
I got the it's the Aventone CV12, and I don't love it. I've had it for many years, and it's not that I love it. I just decided to use, something different. Yeah, I think it's like a $500 mic. I mean, it's pretty good, but I don't know. It's very sharp, like on my voice, like if I don't put it through my channel strip and add some bass and compress it and stuff, like it just sounds really thin and wimpy and sharp. Like the high end is so clear, it's like it just hurts. Like I don't like it. It's too sharp. But anyway, I just ordered a mic. If anyone here can guess in the chat, I don't think I told anybody. If anyone here can guess what microphone I just ordered, and by the way, it's not going to be here it was like a month. It's going to take a month. Actually, that's a hint. But all right, I don't know what I'll give people if they can guess the right mic. But what should I give them? I'll give you something. I'll give you Ralph M. Rivera's personal phone number. Ralph Rivera, baby, what's up?
The winner will get HPV from What?
You got to wear headphones or something, dude.
I actually, I'm not in my office, unfortunately.
All right.
But I can mute the.
No, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
I realize one of the advantages you have over me, Chris, which is that you don't have to get haircuts. And given the coronavirus, I'm very needy of a haircut right now.
Then shave your head. I cut my own hair.
I know, but you look sexy that way.
Yeah, the feedback thing ain't gonna work, Ralph.
All right. I'm gonna jump off. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Roy Stegman says that's the model mic I use for an audiobook I recorded in Thailand. Whoa! Really, Roy? The Aventone CV12.
The CV12.
Wow. Okay. All right. Nobody guessed what mic I just ordered. Billy O, can you guess? You want to guess?
Mic? Is it
I'll give you.
It's going to take a month. Anything takes a month to get here now because everything's slower, so that doesn't help.
But if you want to ask me, I'll give you 3. If you want to ask me 3 clarifying questions about the mic, I will answer.
Okay. Dynamic, condenser, or ribbon?
Condenser.
Okay. Made in.
Oh, that's gonna give it away. Australia.
So it's a Rode of some kind. Yeah, a Rode. What, NT1?
Oh, yeah. Billy! Oh, he nails it.
Yeah.
Gary, what's up, man? No, it's not a Stellar X2.
Yeah.
Although people love that mic, right? Do you like that mic, Gary? Or are you just busting on it? Okay, there's a mic called the Stellar X2. I even forget who makes it, but people I think it was like a craze for like a week or a month. People were like, "Oh my god, this thing sounds just as good as a U87." And the mic itself is like, how much is the Stellar X2? Is it like it's like $80 or something? I'm not kidding.
Yeah, okay.
And they're like, it sounds just like a U87.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Gary says that mic is weak. Okay. Yeah. It's basically a kit mic that gets overblown, right? Okay. Yep. Low quality. Yeah. See, Mike Delgaudio, I think, did some A/B testing. So did Bandrew. And I don't think it's the worst mic in the world, but Roy says the Rode NT1A is one of the mics I use for voiceovers and vocals. Yeah. And I just watched Mike Delgaudio's comparison of the NT1A versus the NT1. Mm-hmm. And the NT1 it's a little more expensive, and it kind of sounds a little better. I don't know. I'm psyched. I don't know. I'm trying out these condensers and I'm trying to put it like right under. You could see how I have this one placed, right? It's like, instead of being coming in for like a dynamic, I'm trying to put it in from the side and face it up toward my mouth. So then, because it has to be close, because I have the HVAC system right across the.
Yeah. And you're not getting reflections from the table off the other side of that? Is it a bipolar or is it just a?
Well, I have it in the cardioid pattern.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure the fact that I have it next to my desk and even the computer monitor, right, is I'm sure that's affecting it a little bit too. What is this? Soyuz 023? Why the NT1A? Well, I just bought the NT1. Actually, one of the reasons I bought the NT1 was because when Bandrew used it on his channel, he sounded phenomenal. Like when he was using the NT1, I literally because at first I didn't know what mic he was using, but as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, dude, he sounds really good. What mic is that? And then it was an NT1. So speaking of NT1s, which this total bad segue because he doesn't own one. Jim Collison, everybody.
It sound like I got a disease. NT1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what was the
N1,
virus
H1
that had
or H1N1 or what was that?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not hope that. Man, you guys are making me feel bad about my microphone again.
Oh,
I have some microphone envy.
No, dude, you sound really good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
totally, man.
We did
mic technique.
We did 5 podcasts last week, almost maybe 6. No, I did 6, and then about 3 or 4 this week. It's just crazy. It's a great time to be podcasting.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you doing all the production and editing and everything?
No, fortunately I have a team on the Gallup side that does all that for me. So we just produce them. I just did one in Japan. That's what I was late from. I had to do one in Japanese. I don't speak it. I just produce it. So we get them going and they do their thing. And we've got a little system that we use for the foreign language ones. So we can, because we don't edit in between. We just edit, beginning and end. It's their one take wonders.
Got it.
And so I was just on the interwebs with Japan. While I was doing it, my son, who's a Marine in Okinawa right now, just let me know they're going to be there another month. He was like, we're not going anywhere.
Okay.
we're sheltering in place. So
Gary, by the way, I bought the NT1, not the NT1A. So I know the NT1 it's definitely a lot more harsh, actually. The NT1 is much more, is a lot smoother. So yeah, anyway. I figure, we're bored at home. Why not buy a new microphone?
Yeah.
How much was it?
Actually, for the whole kit, for the shock mount, and everything, and there's a little windscreen on it. The whole thing, $270 with tax.
Yeah.
It's like $280.
Through Amazon or through?
I did through Amazon, and I clicked on Bandrew's affiliate link too.
Oh, good.
Why not?
Good. Yeah. And when's it coming?
It's like a month, April 21st. It's like, really, dude?
Is it? I don't know anything about the mic. Is it pre-release? Is this
No, it's an old mic, but it's made by Rode, who's based in Australia. So I don't know. Maybe it's literally shipping from Australia.
Yeah. I had a Rode K2 that I used. That was like my favorite microphone forever. It was. I used it for all the vocals I did on everything. Pretty much, it had one of those the tube boxes that went with it. You had to plug it into the box, and then you had to plug it in the microphone. That was a pain. That could kind of get a pain in the ass when I had to move it anywhere and bring it anywhere else. Like you had to find a place to sit the box where you could have a cable. Yeah, that's something you don't think about. I never even thought that it had that when I bought it. So, but I mean, it was still my favorite mic ever by far.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually what this mic has. It has its own power supply.
Yeah.
In fact, I just realized my channel strip, I'm sending phantom power to it, but I don't think I'd need to. You know what? I'm not going to touch it though now.
Yeah, it'll pop.
You know what? Why not?
Just try it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, it didn't do anything, right?
No, that's good.
Yeah. Because actually the power, because it has its own power supply, it does not need phantom power. So whenever you don't need phantom power, it's always good to turn it off.
Yeah.
Just to be safe, because the less electrical stuff you have flowing around, the better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you drinking, Jim? Jim's the only one. Oh, Blue Moon. Belgian white.
I contemplated going back on the deck tonight. This wasn't puffs and sips, so I thought, well, okay, maybe that's not the.
Billy O, do you smoke cigars?
No, I do not.
Okay, because Jim on the last lounge, he joined from his outside his house on the deck, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful out there right now.
Sunset, beautiful night, and he's sitting there puffing this huge cigar.
I did a happy hour with a buddy that normally we would meet at the cigar bar downtown, but of course, we can't do that. They're all shut down. So we did a Zoom conference or Teams, whatever, and smoked cigars together yesterday. It was pretty great.
Wow.
It was pretty great. Yeah.
So you just literally hung out on Zoom to smoke cigars.
Yeah. I said, how about a happy hour at 4:30? And he's like, yeah. So I made a rum and Coke and I took a cigar out on the deck. It was 4:30. It was beautiful out there yesterday, and called him, and a cut in the light, and away we went. And it was like, you got to do something during this time. Like, this is, this is brutal. So it was good to connect. My workouts during the day are picking up. So like in between meetings, I go outside and walk around the block, and those are starting to pick up. So it's funny. I'm doing more each day. I'm doing a few more. It's just like, I feel like I'm, like it's prison fitness. Doing push-ups. Right? I'm doing pull-ups off the rafters.
Wow.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
So, has anyone noticed the internet slowing down, or
mine's been faster? Mine's been noticeably faster around here.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
They, maybe the cable companies or whatever. Is that how you're getting it, through your cable?
Yeah.
Well,
we don't have
maybe
cable.
Maybe they're like doing. I'm sure they're doing like enhancement work on their end, right, to speed up the network and all that.
Yeah.
I think they're adding capacity too. Like, I think they've been going out and adding equipment and trying to help with this.
Right.
So I've been going little blips where I go down for just a second and then it comes back up. And like I've noticed my router rebooting itself a couple times during the day. So I think they're trying. to get everybody fairly well situated. It'd be a big douchebag move if they didn't. So
I know.
Like, come on, guys.
And someone said, "Is it true? Have you guys heard that like YouTube is now streaming at much lower resolution?"
Yeah.
Well, they've reset the default. So you start at 480 now, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something like that. I think you can still bump it up if you want to, but I think you're starting lower. Yeah. Everybody's home watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Ironically, I haven't watched any YouTube during the day. Like, I've been so busy at work. It hasn't. It got busier.
Yeah.
Mine's been fine, but my old Chromecast is busting its guts to keep up with the higher frame rates and newer videos. Chromecast, that's that little key thing you put into your TV.
I got one. Well, you can't see it here, but I've got one over to the left. If you go full screen on us,
you
go full screen on me. Go do the 3 where we're 3, but we're all wide. There we go.
Yeah.
So right up there. Is that on? Yeah, you can't see because it's got a dark.
Yeah,
so I use this. It's hard to see. It's got a dark picture on it right now, but I run that Chromecast just for the pictures during the day. So it's something to, have up. I guess I could kind of see it better that way.
Oh,
and I just kind of leave it. It's a dark picture now, but when it's brighter, it's just kind of like having a picture album. And so, having something on, and then I've turned my Surface. I have an old Surface RT that I've turned on here that's got another dynamic picture that changes every day, just to have something kind of different in the background, because I'm doing so much of this stuff. So.
Right. American Liberty says not consistently, but I've noticed some slowing. And Gary says there are no bigger douchebags than communication companies. Really?
We call that douchebaggery. That's what we call it, douchebaggery.
I love that word.
Mm-hmm. Those are the two I like: douchebaggery and jackassery. Those are the two.
Yeah, that's good. Me and my wife just started watching Throw Mama from the Train. Like, we've seen it before, but so funny. Crisscross.
I was gonna say that's an old movie. You're just catching up on that now, like.
Yeah, no, it's Danny DeVito and Billy Crystal, and Danny DeVito's mother is that old, really nasty lady, and she beats him and stuff. And then Billy Crystal's ex-wife stole his book manuscript and published it and became a famous writer. So he hates her. And then Danny DeVito's like this weird dude, and he's like, he watched a Alfred Hitchcock movie, and they're in the movie. They're like, well, you know how to commit a murder is if two men want to each commit a murder, what you do is you swap. So Danny DeVito is going to go kill the wife of Billy Crystal, and Billy Crystal is supposed to kill the mother of Danny DeVito. Like, because if you crisscross, then no one can know it. You don't leave a trail, and there's no
crisscross.
There you go. So anyway, it's a great movie too, because Danny DeVito, it's so funny. So you guys watching any full movies?
I try to stare at screens as little as possible starting now, because I've been staring at like computer screens all day, every day, working on music, doing podcasts and stuff. So like when I'm not doing that, I try to like not do screens anymore as much as I can. But I mean, like, I'll try to like listen to podcasts or music or something for a while. I still go outside, like go on a walk or something, but that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not. My habits haven't changed that much being home as far as watching. I never watch TV very much. I don't watch very many movies. This has picked up where I'm doing more live stuff like this, Chris. This is like, I think we're back. People are willing to do this more than they were.
Dude, there's a lot of live stuff. In fact, this coming weekend, there's the Independent Podcasters Conference or something. It's literally on the weekend. It's 2 full days of live streaming with presentations and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's just more. Our demand for media at Gallup has gone way up, and so I think I mentioned this the other day when I was podcasting with you. But everything is doubled. So like our live audiences double, our registrations double. It's just crazy. Like there's just such a, and I don't know if it'll last forever. We're making hay while the sun is shining, right? And so we're trying to provide as much content, not sell anything, but just provide great content for them. While people have the time, maybe gain some trust in people, maybe win over some new podcast listeners. We have an audience that probably, only half of them, they probably follow the average. Where only half are listening to podcasts. When I say audience, I mean like in our YouTube or in our Facebook group. That probably only half of them listen to podcasts. So we have a huge opportunity to kind of convert some of them over. So yeah, no, I've pretty much been just focusing on keeping that rolling. This is only going to last for another, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. So, we got to take advantage of it.
So Funk Ass, what's up, man? How do you guys feel about Pornhub giving out free subscriptions? Really?
Haven't they always?
Yeah.
Hasn't that always been free in some?
They did it. Yeah, no. They have free and premium, actually. There's premium now. Like, I don't know what I guess like maybe you have like higher definition videos or something on premium. I don't know, but like I know on every year on Valentine's Day they give everyone a premium subscription for a day. Yeah. So I don't know if they're still doing it. Like I know they did it for Italy. They gave everybody who's accessing the site from Italy a free premium because they're all stuck indoors. Maybe they'll do it here. I don't know.
Oh my God. Well,
yes, we're not going down that road.
I'm sure, like, talk about having to respond to the number of servers you have helping people. Yikes. Dude. Them and Zoom. They're competing for space right now. Them and Zoom.
Gary says, what's the difference? Asking for a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do you think? What other sites do you think have benefited? Obviously, I mean, Dan and Gage over at StreamYard have probably gone nuts and having to spin stuff up. Zoom, of course. But what else? Like, what else do you think's benefited from this?
Probably the Squadcasts and Zencasters.
Yeah, yeah. Well, though not at the scale. Like I'm thinking like the public scale, not podcasting scale, but I'm thinking like at the public scale. Like, I'm sure those guys at Zoom worked for a week straight to spin up all kinds of servers and make sure they had the infrastructure right. And they're still struggling a little bit to cover it all. But like, what other public sector? I mean, like, the physical aspect of like toilet paper, right? We've all struggled to get that. Do you think there's been any other sectors that have done well?
So there's
didn't expect it.
That didn't expect it.
Yeah, maybe like we didn't see this coming.
Here we go. I've used this app, and Alan Tepper told me about it. Instacart. Literally, it's a free app, and you can basically get groceries delivered wherever you live. And so it's a cool app because you go in the app and you could see what stores, like whether it's here you go, Safeway, Sprouts, King Super, Costco, like
paper
pick your store. And then you just pick all you add a bunch of stuff to your cart, and then you check out. And like literally somebody, well, in as little as an hour, but my wife actually ordered stuff on Tuesday and they said they could deliver it on Sunday.
Yeah. So that's
5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting killed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I ordered from our local bakers. So we have a baker's supermarket just up the street. And I ordered Tuesday afternoon and couldn't get it till Thursday. So that's a little bit better. Now I still can go in the store, right? I can go to the store and pick it up, but I want to test this, like go in, pull in the parking spot column, open up the back of my Outback, have them put it in the back, like hasta lasagna, shut the door and not ever touch or have to do anything or go into the store. I was joking, but I'm not. We are we're getting close to being out of toilet paper. So I'm trying to track some down. Like it's super hard. Like I thought by now we'd be back to kind of like, at least there's a few on the shelf.
Yeah.
And we're still struggling.
Maybe get the app and check on the app and maybe, just order it.
I don't know.
Whenever it shows up.
I don't know. I need another case. Like I'm not going to hoard it. I just like,
what about like Amazon? Can you order it on Amazon?
No, all the apps have shut it off.
Yeah,
like you can't.
Oh, you can't even order it.
No, because people were price gouging and stuff on it, so they just told them they cut them off.
They just cut it off.
Yeah.
Gary
now, in some stores have put limits. Sorry,
that's okay. Streaming hardware.
Yeah,
maybe that's doing real well. Yeah.
What's been interesting? I'm working with through my tech podcast, we have a bunch of guys that have spun up. There's this folding at home project where you can. They do cancer research, they do virus research, and they're doing the coronavirus. So they're trying to solve some of the equations to help researchers find a vaccine for this quicker. And they went from 40,000 people participating in this to 400,000 people participating in this overnight. So, I mean, think about all of a sudden, you're like, 40 is we can handle 40,000 people looking, asking for packets. But then all the geeks turn on all their equipment because it uses GPUs, right? Stuff you'd use for Bitcoin mining. And so it's gone pretty crazy. So there's a lot of folks trying to help solve the equations needed for this. I think I talked about it with you the other day, Chris, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool to see the tech community kind of rise up and help in that way to get it done. And then our podcast team it's gotten around it, which has been cool. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no. So Anchor, apparently everyone's favorite podcasting app. Apparently now they've improved their remote recording feature so that, make it easier to record guests or multi-hosted podcasts. So I guess multiple people can get on one recording session, almost like a conference call, right? And then just record all at once. I guess that's what they're able to do now.
Yeah, the conference call people, there's a hardware that there's people that are probably making a lot more money. The video conference companies and stuff that set that stuff up. Yeah. I bet you they're making all sorts of money now.
Have you tried to buy a webcam recently? Or a headset?
No. Really?
You can't find them. They're all sold out.
Oh man.
So, yeah, those sold out pretty quick. It's I think we've been telling people for a while now that I get on video conferences, everybody's at home, and they used to make fun of me when I'd come into I'd come into a call like this, and they'd be like, "Oh, look at the guy from his studio." And then, and now they're like, "How do I get one of those microphones?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, well, you can't, because I'm not going to tell you.
I had a new client send me an anchor file today, and I was shocked that it didn't sound like complete garbage. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was actually pretty good.
What are they recording at? Do you know?
I don't. Yeah, Gary, do you know what resolution? What was the resolution of the file you got? Was it first of all, was it compressed or uncompressed? Was it MP3 or WAV or something? And yeah, interested to know.
You don't want them doing an MP3 out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, but look, depending on the levels and stuff. For years, I used Zencastr, and I purposely Zencastr had the ability to record in WAV file, but the problem was, and I don't know I think this is still the case with Zencastr, which I actually don't use much anymore. I think if you want to record in WAV, they'll do it, but then it doesn't actually upload the WAV file until the end. Yeah. So there were a couple times when literally we finished an hour-long episode, and it literally took another 30 minutes for the guy's audio to upload.
It doesn't take that long anymore. I use Zencastr now, and I have the one where it uploads the WAV. It uploads the WAV and the MP3 right after you're done, but it takes like 5-10 minutes.
Right. Well, so maybe the guy that I'm talking about, maybe he had a really slow connection or something. I don't know. But okay, yeah. That's interesting. There you go. Well, let's. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the other thing. I think now there's a lot more podcasts. Like we just crossed 900,000 podcasts in existence in Apple Podcasts. And now it's already like 950. And now Daniel J. Lewis is having this contest to guess when it crosses 1 million. Like, I think a lot of these are coming from Anchor, right?
He would know. He would be able to publish the numbers. He knows who's coming from where.
I mean, it has to be. I don't know. Yeah. That's an interesting question. Yeah. All right, Gary's going to check. He's going to check. So Billy, you normally would do for your show, you would record in person, right, with your co-hosts and stuff?
Yeah, but he's like hardcore quarantine now because he's got bad asthma problems and everything like that too. So like he's stuck inside for a while. So he literally lives like right down like less than a mile away from here, but he's like on lockdown. Like serious lockdown. So like I just do the remote with him now. It's easy. I use the Zencastr like I said, and it works fine. I wasn't gonna do it if I couldn't get like at least I don't like doing remote stuff usually. Because usually that means over Skype or over the phone or something, and that's just why even bother. Nobody wants to listen to a phone call you're having with somebody, So it's like, but this works out with Zencastr. He gets to use his audio interface that he has and his mic, so it's a little easier. It's a little better. So
dude. Daisy chained some XLRs together, run it out the door down the street.
Yeah, I mean, just get some signal boosters. Yeah, around the way there, running across the street a couple times. Yeah,
all right. Gary says the Anchor files that he got were M4A 44.1 kilohertz, 128 kbps. So that's
not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Better than an MP3 with the same specs. So yeah, and so. Little thing about M4As, I have a client who she uses Piezo, which is by Rogue Amoeba, and it's like a little app that just records your microphone locally. Like no bells and whistles. It's easy enough, straight ahead enough for her to she literally opens it and hits record, and then I think at the end she saves it into a folder. But Piezo also records in the M4A format, and the file she sent me, I mean. It's her local file. She's using an ATR 2100, same mic as you, Jim, and it sounds really good. Sounds great. Worst thing I heard this week was a client. We just switched to Zencastr this week. Oh, the agony. Well, I don't know about agony, Gary. I mean, Zencastr's had their problems over the years, but all in all, it's a good service. Yeah, and it was my go-to service forever until the unthinkable happened about 3-4 months ago when I literally did a session, and then after the session, everything was gone, lost.
Did you pay for it? Was it a premium or no?
Yeah, I paid $20 a month. I still do.
Yeah.
I pay for 3 services because I need backups. So I pay for Squadcast, Zencastr, and Ringer, actually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of not paying for Ringer because literally I don't think I've used it in like a year and a half, and I'm still paying good money, right?
They thank you for that. They're glad that you're still paying them.
Zencastr is horrible. Yeah, Gary, I understand your frustration. Horrible is a little much, bro. That's not realistic. It might not be the best.
Yeah.
Now that Squadcast has, over the last couple of years, Squadcast has really gotten their stuff together, but it is definitely not horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it if it was horrible. I would definitely not do that.
Yeah. But we feel your pain, Gary. We really do. Trust me, we do. I do. Yeah. So, all right. Well, what is this? Monoprice sells a 1 mile length XLR for $199. There you go.
A mile long. Wow.
Dude. Wonder what the record is. Like, by the way, that's the reason. Remember when Thomas Edison discovered DC current, and but the problem with DC is it can only go very short distances. And then Tesla discovered the AC, which can go really far distances.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's why I won.
How much shielding would that cable have to keep all the interference? Like,
wow.
Like a foot thick, just with shielding.
Foot thick.
Yeah.
It's like this big.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah,
thing?
Gary. Yeah, I know. It ruins so many shows for your clients. But I'll tell you this one thing, Gary. Here's the thing about the average podcaster. They have crappy connections. Their computer has 97 programs open.
Yep.
They don't restart their computer. There's all these problems, bro. So it's not just Zencastr that's ruining those episodes. Trust me. It's not, dude. It's not. It's the people. It's the people.
Yeah.
It really
hard.
is.
I was
Roy
just doing this
Thicker
one in Japan. It wasn't very good. And it's just a struggle. You know, you want it to be so much better, but it's just sometimes it can't.
Well, dude, I have my idea for the perfect solution to all these problems.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I'm a nobody. Like, who? I don't. If I had $10 million, dude, trust me, I'm gonna kill Zoom. I'm gonna kill everybody. You're all done.
Yeah?
You're all done.
Nice.
You're all obsolete.
It's only $10 million. You just need $10 million.
Or I don't even know how much, but I need a lot.
Yeah,
and that I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't need. You know what? I don't even want to figure out how much I need because I'm never going to get it. Okay. Anyway, I need to hit the lottery, man. I really do. Wouldn't that be great? And then I could call it like the current system or something. No. You know what? All right. I know what I wanted to call it, but I don't know if I should say it because then people will steal it. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Don't say it then.
No.
Don't say it.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't say it. Keep it secret.
Because it's such a great idea, Chris. Stupid. No, I was going to call it Fractal because the name of my production company is Fractal Recording.
Oh,
nice.
So I was going to call it Fractal, and it would be, first of all, a lot of AI involved. And second of all, it would be a box, like some sort of a little box that you buy and is local. And either you hardwire to it or I don't know, maybe it would have wireless, I don't know what, but it would connect with certain intelligence to the intelligence in the cloud. And it would be able to do everything, record everything locally at high resolution and sync everything up. Everything. Yeah, Chris Stone, what's up, man? You just said kill Zoom, launch a Kickstarter. Dude, I wish I could, but you know how much money I'm going to raise through a Kickstarter? Like $7.30, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously. It ain't going to happen.
$7.30? Are you going to have a 30-cent plan? That's not how to start a Kickstarter.
You got to make it accessible to everybody. Sometimes some people
chapter 1. Don't start a 30-cent plan on Kickstarter.
A Facebook user, by the way, you can click on a link in the post and give Facebook permission to show your name if you want. We appreciate that.
It goes over to StreamYard, doesn't it? To allow the permission. Is that the way it works?
I actually forget. Actually, I did it today. I clicked on a link.
Because you provided a link for this show, I think, on Facebook to say, hey, click here. And I think it takes you over to StreamYard and you have to log in and do it that way. I think.
Okay. I clicked it today. It took me somewhere, and I literally just I clicked something to give permission.
Well,
and
maybe because I wasn't logged in. So you were probably logged into StreamYard. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up, Carrie? Happy to see you here. She expects plans drawn up for this thing. Dude, I'm telling you, it can be done. Here's the problem. When you do anything like this, let's say it was going to cost $10 million, the whole thing, right? First of all, you'd have to raise the money, and the people you raise the money from, they're going to want to have a serious business plan showing exactly how you're going to make back every penny and more. Yeah. And so they're going to make a shitload of money from here to there. You have to prove that like 10 times over before anybody gives you a penny. And that I don't have the proof. I will never have that proof. So the only way to do it would be to win the lottery and then just do it myself.
Yeah. So spend $9 million on lottery tickets to win $10 million. That way you'll still have a profit of $1 million. So
is this really the Daniel J. Lewis?
Go to facebook.com/ go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. And I think that's what will get you in. There you can enable it over there, and you have to be logged in. I think to
see this link. Look at my show. Wait, hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, right down there to the right.
This is the post, and here's the link right here.
I'm right there right now.
StreamYard.com/Facebook. So I'm wondering when you go to that, Daniel, what is it like? What does it show, or do you have to log in?
So, Chris, here's what you should invent. Okay, so you should invent a box that sells for like $25, but it should ask a question: will you ever spend any more money on your podcast? And if you say no, it shocks you to stop you from starting a podcast. Like, it just and you're like, oh no, but I want to start a podcast. So you grab it again and it shocks you again. It just shocks you until you stop thinking about starting a podcast. If you're not going to spend any more money, if you're going to buy a $25 box and expect it to get you good quality, you should be shocked until you stop, until those feelings go away, and then just don't do a podcast. Like, just don't do it.
What's up, Jason Bryant? I was even thinking just a little thing. Like they've actually created some mics like this, but a little mic you could just clip on your shirt, not with a wire on it either, just wireless.
People need to know how they sound. Like, they have to know how they sound. Otherwise, it's never going to get better. People just don't have any idea. You come in and you're like, God, if you knew you sounded that bad, you'd stop.
Yeah, do they not listen to like the episodes back when they like upload them to iTunes or whatever?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
Here's the other thing too. I swear this: average people who don't focus on audio at all, they don't hear what we hear, bro. Yeah, they don't hear it.
Yeah,
they'll hear crap and they think it's fine, and as long as they can understand it, obviously. Yeah. If you can't insulate your hands with dollar bills, that your podcast budget shocked. Roy says, I think when I was streaming you guys to Chromecast, none of my comments were showing up. Oh, so maybe you couldn't comment from Chromecast.
Wow.
So what do you
how'd you comment on a Chromecast?
Isn't that cool? So what's everybody drinking? I got water.
I ran out of beer.
Ooh, water.
Apparently.
Water.
Yep. We got to sample that sound.
I need more beer.
By the way, in my episode for tomorrow, for my show, I play I have a singing bowl that I recorded with my 14, and it's like ding, because it had something to do with the Daily Goodie that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to hear that, have you seen the Rode Wireless Go? Yes. I just helped the dojo get that set up so the sensei could teach karate on Facebook Live during the pandemic. DJL. That's cool. Like yeah, we've heard about that. I heard they work pretty good. There you go. He goes,
he chops and the thing goes flying.
Yeah, that would have to be a sturdy mic, like a very hardy mic that you draw, like an SM57 style. Like,
well, no, the Go. I think the Go is clipped on you.
Yeah, but when you do a roundhouse kick, like, you create some centrifugal force.
Yeah.
You just can't use any pin on. I mean, that thing needs to be locked in.
On
it's
there
a
good,
strap. Like a strap.
Oh, wait. No. All right, here we go. Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
See?
that kind. Oh yeah, that thing's flying off his body for sure.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Duct tape it.
Do a roundhouse and it's gone, man. Patrick Swayze, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
Dude, you have to like duct tape that to his neck or something. Like go around his head with duct tape and
You
stuff.
need a strap, man.
Yeah.
You need to strap it in. Velcro.
I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't.
Go has an internal mic that can clip to you, yeah, but you can
Yeah.
also use an external lav into the transmitter. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's a cool device. It is definitely a niche in that space that would do really, really well for that kind of stuff. I just, don't go mountain biking with it on or surfing.
I love that song, Daniel. Everyone's centrifugal force fighting. By the way, if any of you maniacs who are here, if you guys want to jump on the stream, let me know. I'll send you the link. We can have what 3 more people, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
Carry the duct tape. Yes, duct tape is wow.
Sweep the leg.
It stays on nicely. It puts the lotion in the basket.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh my god.
We're veering off course.
I like it. I like where we're going though.
Chris Stone says, honestly, not a huge fan of Rode mics, but curious to hear reviews of the wireless. Yeah, apparently it works pretty good, Chris Stone, the wireless Go that we're showing. Here's the thing about wireless though, and I got a file from a client from a live event, and there was glitching and breaks in the audio. Like the mic would just go out for like 8 seconds and then it would come back.
That's a long time to go out. Wow.
Dude, it was like on and off and it was weird. So like wireless is one of those things you got to be careful of. And that's why if you are really ever going to buy a wireless setup that you need to work really well, you got to spend really good money, spend a lot of money on your wireless. Roy, if you good audio, well, you kind of need audio and video, but I guess audio only is okay. I don't know. Nipple piercing mic. Oh, dude. Is it gonna capture the high frequency shrill screams? Ouch. All right, somebody who okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Daniel. 1 second. What an honor. What an honor. Mm-hmm. These French fried potatoes. I could just do your phone. All right, Roy. All right, Roy. Send me a direct message on Facebook, and I'll reply with the link.
I don't understand how this Rode wireless works. You have two units.
Well, yeah, a transmitter and a receiver. But let's have someone explain it to us. Someone who set it up at the dojo, Mr. Daniel J. Lewis. Everybody.
Hey guys.
Oh my God!
The crowd goes wild.
Instant legitimization of this whole freaking stream, dude.
We're real now. We're real.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Daniel, you can deposit that check anytime. By the way, Daniel. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't want it to bounce. I'll sanitize it first.
So you really set up a guy with the Go mic in a dojo?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
And the benefit, now what you see when you look at the wireless Go is you're seeing actually the back of it, not necessarily the front of it.
If you want to share your screen, by the way, Daniel, you can.
Yeah, there's nothing to share. But so when you're looking at the transmitter, which is the one on the right in your photo on the screen, you're actually looking at the side that would be facing the body. So the clip faces out, and the clip on the back is really strong. Now, I don't have it anymore, but let me see. I mean, it's about the size of half a business card, maybe. Looking for a business card nearby, which I don't have one nearby, but it's about the size of half a business card. The clip is almost the full length of it, so that it gets a really sturdy grip to whatever clothing you're clipping it to. And then the weight then is on the inside of your clothing, so it's not flipping around much. It's got a strong clip, and the really low handling noise too. Like, I was concerned about, well, that's a lot of surface area to be rubbing against clothing or hair or whatever on you, and it doesn't make noise. It's nicely insulated. Now, not the clip itself, so it's the clip you don't want to touch, but the mic itself is pretty well insulated.
I got it.
That's it.
Yeah, and it worked well, and it comes with this really nice. I mean, it's a fantastic little setup too, for only about $200. Comes with.
And there's a lapel. Additional, you can buy an additional lapel for it.
You can plug in a lapel into it, or a lav mic. You have to be careful what kind you use, though. I've been a big fan of. I forget the exact name of it. Mike J044. Yeah, the Mike J044 lav mic. But that and both the Giant Squid Audio Labs lav mic that I have produce some noticeable interference when plugged into that wireless system that it doesn't do on my other wireless system. So you might have to stick with the Rode ecosystem there.
And any idea on battery life on those?
It says 7 hours per charge, and it charges over USB. It has a USB-C input.
Yep. Yeah, you can see that on the back. There's a picture. I went to the Best Buy site, and they got a picture of the back.
Yeah, I was amazed how well it worked.
What do they advertise the distance between the transmitter and the receiver?
They said, it's probably there on the page somewhere.
Let me start again.
I mean, if you're in the same room, it's no problem.
Okay.
But they did say it needs to be line of sight. I think 70 feet.
Okay. So you wouldn't necessarily like. I was kind of thinking of a remote where you got a remote camera somewhere in your, you're recording the audio to the camera as opposed to recording it separately. I guess the farther away you get, you just want to record it separately. But then mix it in post.
70 feet is a long distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, like if they say 70, then I would probably feel comfortable going about 30.
Yeah.
Then you can trust it.
That's not 70 feet with anything like walking in front of it or anything like that, or
line of sight.
Yeah.
No, I've seen some guys test it outdoors, direct line of sight, in a crowded area, and they did get 70 feet or so.
Nice. So let's welcome another brother. This is the man from. This is his band. Wait, where is it? There it is. Sister Kill Cycle. You guys ever want to have a rock star in the lounge? Have you? Can I get a hell yeah?
I mean,
hell yeah.
This is Roy Stegman, everybody.
Boom.
Yo, what's up?
Dude.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah. That was quite a feat to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel kind of at a loss because I don't have an expensive microphone set up. But yeah, it was either I can set my laptop on the other side of the studio and you'll hear me very good, but then there's.
Now you're all right, man.
Yeah.
Roy, you're all right. It sounds okay.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
okay.
good. It's good enough.
Cool. Yeah, this is just my laptop mic.
You're in Florida, right, Roy?
Yeah.
Florida. And Daniel, you're in, where are you again?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Near Brad Hargis.
Yeah, he and I do more so he does now, the Cincinnati Podcasters meetup.
Cool.
Right, Cincinnati Podcaster. I need to put on glasses to match, really?
Oh, we all do have glasses. Wow, nice.
I
Done.
only wear them.
Oh,
Nice
beepers are
job,
broke.
JB.
Well, I can take mine off.
There we go. Everyone take theirs
I
off.
wouldn't be able to see ever.
I know I see a bunch of blurs, but I know which way the camera light is.
Look what Gary said. My YouTuber does yoga all day and she has no issues with it and does crazy ass bending yoga stuff.
Yeah.
Is that that's about the Go mic, the Rode?
It must be. Yeah, that clip looks pretty durable in the back there. On those.
I would expect that with the size of it in bulk.
Yeah, that's the only thing, Daniel. Do you think so? Would you just face the clip out?
Yeah.
So you would hide the rest of the transmitter in clothing or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And it's only about that big.
Yeah.
It is
That's still pretty big
surprisingly
though.
small.
If you say I clipped it on my shirt here, if it was sticking out on my shirt, that would look pretty awkward. That big square there.
If you had the square out, but
Right.
the clip itself is
Yeah.
better to be out.
Right. Yeah. No, that
because
makes
it hides
sense.
it. And also because of the noise. Like touching the clip does produce handling noise, but touching that block itself does not, which I thought was a little strange.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, like not this setup. You would turn that around, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is odd that they show. Well, they want to show off the product, but in their actual demo videos, they
here's a
show
guy.
it the other way around.
Yeah, that guy's getting some centrifugal force right there.
Yeah.
He's got it on the clip on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's going airborne.
Roy, you should wear something like this on stage just to record your stage conversation between song conversation.
That would be interesting. I mean, I'm already wearing a bell pack for the in-ear monitors.
An in concert podcast.
There you go.
They're actually doing that like crazy lately
Really?
since bands can't play live shows and have more than 10 people there. A lot more of them are just streaming their shows. In fact, just earlier today, there's this band called The Death. They were playing live streaming on, I think it was WJUSF, something like that. They were just streaming a whole live show where it's just cameras showing them playing their live set.
Were they just for free? Or are they trying to monetize it with Patreon or
they're monetizing it? Yeah, they're. I'm not sure if they were using Patreon, but they were using something where I forgot what it was, but it's one of those where it's like crowdfunding where you can donate to this band.
Like coffee.com? What's the Daniel? What's the one, Dave?
Buymeacoffee.com.
Buy Me a Coffee? Yeah. Where it's more intended for gift, kind of one-time gift giving type stuff, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it's something like that, but it's a more prominent name. I'd probably be thinking that up and like 3 a.m. It's like, oh yeah, it's this.
PayPal. It's probably just PayPal.
Well, that's my default when someone's like, oh, I want to send you money.
Venmo or Cash.
Oh,
yeah, Venmo is like the other PayPal.
Cash App.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, Daniel. How is your show going, the Audacity to Podcast, and how's your Podcaster Society going? How's all that going?
The show is, it's on track to perform exactly as it has been for the last couple months, which means nothing.
That sounded super good.
That sounds so pro.
Well, if you look at the linear modulation of the Dominator.
Yeah. It's still on hiatus. I mean, I had announced that I was bringing it back, but then some stuff happened that I didn't anticipate, and so it's been on hold again. But I do have that itch to, and it's nothing related to COVID-19, I think, because that doesn't cause itching. But I do really want to get back into podcasting, especially to just encourage other podcasters to podcast. And my struggle really, and probably my first episode when I do bring it back, is just to be honest about, here's what I struggle with, and part of why I haven't released an episode, because I think other podcasters will struggle with this, is perfectionism. And I don't mean this in a prideful way or in a bragging way, conceited way, or anything like that. I'm worried that this might come out sounding like that, but it's not how I intend it. I feel like I've been able to invest so much time in the podcast before that I've reached this certain level of perfectionism, the bar or whatever, in my mind. This is what I want. This is my standard. I've reached this standard of quality, production quality, show notes, all of this stuff. I can't reach that anymore. And so it's not like I'm trying to be perfect before launching. It's I worked up to, quote, perfection, unquote, and I can't achieve that now. So it's that really difficult struggle in my mind to just keep thinking, well, maybe I should just put it off longer until I can achieve that, because it's such a challenge to put something out knowing that I cannot make it what I want it to be.
Right.
I remember achieving that when a lot of times over the years I've been recording albums, and after I release an album, a lot of times I'm stuck where I'm in the frame of mind where like, all right, I guess that's the best I can do. And like for a while, I don't think I could ever touch it. But I don't know. There have been now it's almost like every project I've done since then has been considerably better. So maybe you just need to just stick with it and see what.
Yeah. Well, I will say, Daniel, your show was always very high quality, and it was clear you spent a lot of time working on it, and the value in each episode was really off the charts for real. And like you said, show notes and everything. And yeah, it makes sense if you can't commit to do that now. That makes sense. One thought I had was maybe you could put out something much smaller, like instead of a full 30, 40, 60-minute episode, maybe just do little bites or something.
I'm not capable of that.
Okay.
I can't talk for less than 5 hours. Well, here's an example. I feel like, in a way, like I've become Marvel. I just finished Endgame, and now I'm going to make Howard the Duck.
Right.
So it's just head junk, really. And I mean, I know my audience is going to be like, or they are not going to be like, you don't have show notes? How dare you? I know they're not going to be like that. And like Carrie said, done is better than perfect. Yeah. It's just head junk right now, preventing that. But to answer the other part of your question, Podcaster Society and my podcast reviews, you didn't ask about that, but I'll tell you anyway. Those are both going well. And a lot of new developments with my podcast reviews, which Podcaster Society members get. And I've been doing webinars for Podcaster Society because I don't have to write show notes for the webinars or an article, but I do prepare anyway. And staying connected with that tighter group of podcasters has been good. So I've been doing the series of webinars about growing your podcast.
That's awesome. Yeah. And just to show everybody, podcastersociety.com.
Oh, thanks.
It's really it's a private group with all the support you could ever want in your life in every single area of podcasting. It's
except
just,
launching.
Except launching. Right. Well, right. Okay.
Because you have to have already launched your podcast to be in it.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, probably everybody knows that already, but I don't know. I just thought I'd show it on the screen because StreamYard lets me.
Not to make this a blab about blab, but is this your first time using StreamYard?
No, although it might seem like that because I'm not skilled at all using it.
No,
but
I wasn't talking about skill, but just like enthusiasm for it.
I remember Blab.
The eldest bro needs. What's up, eldest? You need to start a podcast? Okay, let's do it. Anchor, baby. Oh wait, hold on. No, eldest knows I'm kidding. Wait, so Daniel, we were talking about this before. How you said you told us all when Apple Podcasts crossed 900,000 podcasts total, and now you're having this. Are you having a contest for people to guess what date we cross 1 million?
Yeah.
And so, how many of these new shows are because of Anchor? Is it really a lot, or is it minimal, or do you know?
Yeah. Most of them are from Anchor. And it is true when Anchor says that they're responsible for a majority of the new show's launch. That is absolutely true. Now, that's mostly due to the way that they allow people to launch who probably don't actually intend to launch, or they don't know what launching into Apple Podcasts means. They just think, oh, yeah, I want this distributed. So I think it's a lot of accidentals, a lot of unintentionals. I call them pod flashes, where they haven't even pod faded. They can't, because they're just one episode and done. They're a flash in the pan, the rise and fall of Rome. And so I call them pod flashes. And a lot of podcasts from Anchor statistically end up being pod flashes, one episode and nothing else. And that is unfortunate, because I think Anchor does provide some really good tools, especially with their announcement yesterday about their new multi-person recording. I just think it's almost like giving a teenager the keys to your hot rod and giving them a bunch of beer or something. It's just equipping them before they're quite ready, and giving them a little. Well, I'm not saying that there needs to be a gatekeeper. It's just I think it's a lot of unintentional stuff for people. But yeah, mostly Anchor. Last I checked, Anchor was responsible for more than 150,000 podcasts, I think.
Wow. Is Roy taking us into the bathroom? I don't think so.
I just decided to move into my studio instead of from my bedroom.
Oh yeah, baby. Break out a tube, Mike. Come on, brother. Yeah, Anchor. Well, look, Anchor's the thing that. Well, Anchor is a thing that's very involved with all the growth, and some people hate it, some people like it, but it's part of the ecosystem. And in my opinion, everything is good in podcasting. Like, it's all good. Do everything. Go ahead. Even if, like you just said, giving the teenagers the keys to the car too soon, yeah, there's going to be some crash and burns, but in a way, it's like we're just going for it, and that's kind of cool.
And I can tell you right now, whoa, it's many more than I thought. Now I haven't filtered this number for podcasts that have since been removed from Apple. But right now in my entire database, which is, to give you an idea, because I've kept a record of the podcasts that have been removed. Sorry. So my database has almost 1.08 million podcasts. So 1,090,000 podcasts total in my database. Not all of them still valid, but of all of those, Anchor is 327,000.
Oh, third.
Let's see how many of those are still valid, though.
Wow.
It's a third.
Literally a third. Okay.
316,000 are valid.
Uh-oh.
Amber Alert.
Oh, man, I hit OK to stop the sound, and the alert went away.
You got the Amber Alert, too?
No, it said it was a COVID-19 thing.
Oh,
I should have read it.
No. Yeah.
I got an
I
Amber
guess it
Alert.
must be in your area. I'm not getting any.
How do I get it back? I can't get that
Oh, and
back.
Oprah talks COVID-19 on Apple TV Plus.
You have another device? Maybe you can check another device in the house.
Wife's phone. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh, the host is gone.
Here it goes. Oh boy.
Party.
And the master's away.
Turn,
The
Chris.
kiddies will play.
Break out the beer.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm curious now, looking at updated numbers. Now, what I looked at was just feeds, but I think almost all feeds, podcasts that is hosted on Anchor are using the Anchor feed.
So are you looking to see of those 327,000, how many are still active?
Active? Yeah, it would just take me write that code.
What does it take to get the feed not like removed or not active anymore? What do you have to just not use it for a while and then they automatically take it down, or they stop?
It has to break. Apple does not remove podcasts for being inactive. They automatically, like if you go to mypodcastreviews.com/stats, that's my page that automatically refreshes every night. It'll update actually in about 40 minutes from now with the latest stats. But you can see every day, unless my system misses a day, which it did the other day, every day about 200 podcasts are removed from Apple Podcasts, including on the weekends. And Apple does not approve podcasts on the weekends. So that tells me that the 200 per day being removed are automatic removals. And from what I can tell, when I see a podcast removed, it's usually a technical problem. Like the feed breaks completely. It's a 404 error, or there are no more episodes in the feed, or all of the episodes in the feed fail to download. And they're not immediate removals. They're days after it breaks. So there's some kind of grace period. I don't know exactly how long it is. I suspect it's maybe 3 to 4 days, but I don't have any proof for that yet. But just simply being inactive, like not publishing any new episodes, Apple does not currently clear those out.
Yeah, that's actually what the alert was about, that Colorado is now on official stay-at-home
Oh, wow.
unless you need to go out.
Welcome
Jim,
to the
you're
club.
muted?
Hey.
Yeah, let's go to the club.
Yeah, I was coughing. Sorry, I was coughing. I
Oh,
ate
no.
my protein bar too fast.
Now we've all got to get COVID-19.
I know.
And
Check your microphones. Sanitize your microphones. Okay, here it is. Like I was eating a Cliff
How
bar.
often do you guys clean your like foamy part on your microphones that have it on there? I've just realized recently that I could literally smell it when I was coming up to it. And I had to like take it off and like pull out because I never even thought to like clean it, and it was really bad.
That
So
actually makes me think of another question. How many of you leave your microphones out and don't put them away when you're not using them?
I don't have anywhere to put it. I just leave it here. Yeah. Like most of them don't come with cases or anything.
I mean, my studio, I always put the microphones away when we're not setting up or when I'm not using them. Keeps the dust off the grills, and it's like a common practice.
Yeah. So for this one, I actually don't put this one away, but this is a large diaphragm condenser. But what I do is I have an extra little foam windscreen I just put over it. So that basically what that does is it keeps the dust from going directly onto the
Real.
onto the I forgot the name of it.
I'm going naked with the microphone. I took the screen
going
off
onto the cap holder
completely.
though.
Diaphragm, that's the word.
Diaphragm.
Gotta.
Due to all of that. Yeah, the worst thing is when you can smell the mic and you can actually smell a particular food or something.
Oh, that's gross. That is disgusting.
I would be totally grossed out if I smelled that on a microphone, because I've had some microphones that have been through stuff and they still don't keep the scent. So it must have really caught a lot of stuff that had that scent.
Oh God.
I've never had this conversation before.
Hey, look at you, Jim, with the cat with the grill off. Hold on.
Yeah, let's see. How's that
Nice.
look?
Yeah.
How's that look? Does that look okay?
You got your grill all up in
clean.
my grill.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I use a foam. I use a foam cover, but you know what? Look.
doesn't look good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, looks
It's
like that's
probably-
got some stuff.
It's probably time to toss this
Little
one
bit.
and get something new, don't you think?
corn on there.
But here's what's weird. You can't see it like when I'm looking at it just straight on, but when I look, because I got the lights on, when you look at it this way, it shows up.
I wonder what it looked like under a black light.
Oh, yikes. Let's not do that. Do you know what goes on down here?
I don't want to.
Yeah, beer smelling mics. That's different. Although that's nasty, but
Yeah.
especially at a bar, karaoke. Oh my God. Think of the spit. I mean, when I turn off all the lights in here, when I shut off my computer, my screen is like, it's like the surface of the moon. I have to clean it.
Yeah, that just means that if it's in the karaoke bar, it's been in there maybe 1 month. 1 month, and then it has that scent permanently ingrained in it.
Eldest has a shotgun mic naked. What is this? Billy watched the last episode of the Lounge. Chris highlighted microphone sanitizer spray. I did. There's what was that? Hold on, I'll find it while you guys keep talking about important stuff.
You know, Jim, if you're going to replace your
I'm doing it right now.
Anyway,
Right now.
I'm wondering, could you throw that thing through either the dishwasher or the washing machine and see if it survives? If you're going to throw it away anyway.
Yeah, right on.
Just don't put it. Yeah. I wouldn't put it in there with any dishes or anything. I'd make sure it's by itself because that thing does come apart. It's gonna fucking probably ruin your dishes and stuff.
Well, wait. Dishwasher gets hot though. That might get gooey and
Oh yeah. So probably washing.
I'm just gonna. They're like 7 cents. Like, aren't they? I think they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, if you're just gonna throw it away, try it and just see.
Unless it's made by Sennheiser, then it'll be $40 easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
Sennheiser and I have an interesting relationship.
I thought you were
here
going to say
go.
Rode. Oh, the
Here's your
Gooby.
Gobi Labs microphone sanitizer. Okay.
Gooby.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Anyway, did anyone buy this? We talked about it. I don't know when we streamed last, but now I know why Daniel's back wall is glowing.
Radiation.
Pressure washer.
It does make me think of that movie Chernobyl, or that show Chernobyl on HBO. Blue light. Cherenkov effect.
Yes, eldest. I remember that. Oh, that was disgusting, dude. That was just I put that out of my memory. He showed this picture of a mic, and like Jim, just like you were showing us the grill. Remember the grill was
it was awful.
I've seen that picture. I know what picture you're talking about. Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
That's like somebody cooked bacon on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like
If
greasy.
if you cleaned it and shook it out, it would be a significant amount of stuff. It'd be like food for some animal or something. I don't know. Okay.
Oh my God. It'd be like compost.
You can hand wash and blow dry. Blow dry. That's what Carrie's saying.
Hand wash. They're literally $7 for like 800 of these things.
Exactly. And don't forget, you can get different colored ones too. I got a pack of different colored ones, like orange and red. Kind of cool. Fun for kids.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the color ones.
I don't know.
I think the smallest pack I can get is 3.
So what are any of you guys like freaking out or having a tough time because of all this stay-at-home corona nonsense?
Not really. My job put me on temporarily. Like you don't technically work for us anymore, but like when we start up again, you'll work for us again. So that was kind of weird. But I mean,
furlough.
Yeah, furlough. There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
But that lets you collect unemployment, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If I've called for the past 4 days, I'm in Chicago, so like we have so many people here. I've been calling 24/7. The line's been busy. I can't apply online because the site crashes. So like I'm probably gonna have to wait a little bit to do that. But yeah.
Nice. I like you changed those colors, Daniel. That's cool.
Yeah, I changed it to a radiation color for you.
Yeah.
Yay.
So cool. Is that like a remote control you're clicking to turn them?
Yeah, it's just the cheap LED strips you can get from Amazon. I must have like 20 of these remotes now because I bought so many of those kits to put the lights on the panels.
Yeah, one of the other bands that I played keyboards in, Hell on Earth, they had a whole strip of those on the keyboard rig they had me playing on, and changed them to the colors of. I think for a while they had them green, and then they just for one song they changed them to red. It was useful to me because it was these were older keyboards and none of them had the black backlit screens, so it made it easier for me to see which sound I had dialed in for the song.
By the way, Eldest, you're saying you've seen radiation in real life? You've seen that glow? What job did you have where you saw that, dude? And I hope you stayed safe. My God, that's crazy stuff, right? American Liberty.
Or that you got a superpower out of it.
That's true. Oh, please. He's Mr. Podcaster. He doesn't need a mic. It just immediately from his mouth to a file on the computer. American Liberty soaks his in a Lysol bath overnight, towel, compress, and let air dry.
He's talking about the foam cover.
Yeah.
I would think that would break down the foam cover.
Yeah.
Maybe over time. It might get a couple of rinses through before it starts to disintegrate.
Yeah, it would smell, man. That would smell your studio of Lysol.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's nasty.
The scent of pine.
They're like $2.
In my Austin
now,
yes.
I just tried to order one on Amazon, and they won't even ship it until the end of April right now. So, maybe they're in high demand. Maybe people are using them instead of toilet paper.
All right.
Almost like you have to ask what isn't in high demand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me go off track for a second here. So you can't find anything in the stores, and people are bitching about the economy. So you're like, that doesn't make much sense to me that all the stores are cleared out. We just spent a crap load of money on food and toilet paper and whatever, right? And that just doesn't that kind of, I know there's other areas like restaurants and some of those kinds of things that are hurting right now, but I got to think my local grocery store is just they're lighting their cigars with $100 bills. They're like, oh man, we just made a ton of money,
and they're hiring too.
Yeah. Well, they do also have that bottleneck where they're waiting on the truck with more stuff to get there, and they're having to run those more frequently.
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't that part of the economy doesn't line up, where maybe it's just such a small part of the economy that because you wouldn't call those durable goods, but whatever we call grocery store stuff.
Right.
That has done well. Like that would have to have done well. Like everybody's hoarded it. So now people just spent money on things they didn't, money probably they didn't have to hoard things they're not going to use. And that's the perfect example of an overexpending in the economy. So I don't know. Just that seems weird to me that you would think, okay, we just pumped a whole bunch of money into the economy. Didn't we? Didn't we just spend a bunch of money?
And they were saying that they were increasing the pay for they were paying extra because they were so short hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I understand it's a small segment of the economy, right? But it is a big segment of the economy when we think of, I mean, how much does groceries represent in our overall economy when we think about the weekly spend on that? That's got to be a huge part of our economy. So,
Totally.
We're all going to get 2 trillion coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't hear the details, but that's scary stuff, man. That's like Germany style inflation numbers in my mind.
Third of our GDP. Like when you start putting it in those kinds of numbers, you're like, holy crap. It's a lot of money.
Very weird, man. This is such a weird time.
By the way, it's not real. So I didn't mean to go dark on that side of things, but it just seems a little like,
oh, dude. There you go.
Did you ever reload Barry White?
No.
Nope.
You did that on my show, bro. That was so cool.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
Yeah. And I remember you were talking about having the Arnold saying something, and I could do those, but I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, we just want Arnold Schwarzenegger to say, the lounge.
The lounge.
Yeah, that's it.
Like that.
I could say, welcome to, and then the lounge. That was terrible.
In the
podcast.
The lounge. Get to the lounge.
I'm here. Come kill me. I'm here in the lounge.
I am here. Kill me now. I'm in the lounge.
There you go. That's it. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, wow. This is such weird times.
Man, I just didn't suck the air out of the room with that commentary on the economy, did I?
Reality. It's the underlying reality, bro. We're all... I think everyone is like... I mean, you might think you know what's going on, and you might... I mean, and there's some reality to what we're being told, but there's so much unknown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. And we're creatures of habit.
Yeah, I've had 2 audiobook clients. Well, they were about to move forward, and then they were like, we're going to put this off for a couple of months. So it was like, well, okay. That's, I guess I'm going to have to wait for that.
It's probably just the overall uncertainty, and I wonder how much, like in the fast food space, this affects. Does it or in the restaurant space, and how much does that represent a total? What's the representation of that on our on total spend? And then think about these kinds of items. Do people buy this stuff during, the reason shipping on Amazon is so slow right now is because they've prioritized all the things that people really need, whatever they deem that to be, right? They put everything else back because they're trying to keep their workers safe and some of those other things. But I don't know. It just seems. Listen, the roads are less, but there's still people driving. Like we're still spending money on gas.
Yeah.
People are still driving.
It's dirt
around.
cheap right now, though.
Oh, I know. It'd be a good time to travel if you just had a place to stay. This would be perfect RV time, right? You got your own place. You don't have to touch anybody. Gas is
loving
life.
life.
Worry about whether the borders are closed on the states that you're going through.
Well, if they're in,
and that was another thing we were worried about. That was another factor that made us decide to postpone the tour. Was every state except for Texas all the venues had to close down. So then it was like, well, we could still do Texas, but then we might be stuck in Texas.
Yeah, quarantined. Nobody wants to be. That's not. You don't want to be quarantined in Texas. No.
Maybe you would be quarantined on stage in Texas. Imagine that. You had to stay on the stage. Don't move, please. Stay there.
You have
we'll
to
do
provide
streaming
live
concerts for the rest of the venues.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like the reverse of Clockwork Orange. They'll have to tie your hands to the guitars and keyboards, forcing you to play.
Now play again.
Well, what's the record for that, Roy? A band? Because, people do live stream marathons and people do radio. Like some guy was on the radio for literally 33 hours straight or something. Like, I wonder what is the record for a band on stage playing?
That's a good question.
We need to know that.
Well, usually if it's like a lounge act or something like that, they're playing there for hours. They would play like a set or two and then take a break, and they'd play another set, take a break. And even that, I haven't been in that circuit enough to know what the record is for a band to play all day. Usually it's like two sets, maybe 4 sets at the most. That's like 4 hours of playing music.
Well, I just looked it up. It says something about Bruce Springsteen having it.
No, that's his own record.
Yeah. It's like it's the Boss and the E Street Band.
We should spend this time when we're in quarantine. We should just come up with a bunch of world records we can break, and just break every day. Break a new world record. Come on, Daniel. Let's think of
most podcasts listened to during a quarantine.
Oh,
dude, put them on 3x speed and just.
Speaking of this live streaming, one of the things I was teasing on my social media was to live stream a remixing session on one of the remixes that I'm submitting to a competition. I already finished one, and you're allowed multiple entries in this, and there were 2 other songs that I wanted to do in this contest. So I decided maybe this weekend I'll do a live stream of one of those songs and see how many people would be interested in watching me just remix a song.
All right, Eldest, I'm turning up the Grateful Dead for you, brother.
16 days is the record.
Of what? For what?
Longest concert. That's not really the longest band, though, is it? Longest concert ever was continuous for 16 days.
Wow, that is pretty long.
Yeah.
Eldest, let me know if that's too loud, brother, or not loud enough. Thanks.
The rules were very strict, with no more than 30 seconds between songs, 5 minutes in between artists, and 10 audience members must be in attendance at all times.
Did they have every band in the country playing there?
400 artists were involved in doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, 400.
Wow.
16 days.
huh.
All right. Well, does anyone know what the longest podcast episode is ever?
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Probably someone from Brazil.
Yeah.
Why from Brazil?
Well, I've just heard that in Brazil, some of those podcasts run really long, just because that's how they are sometimes.
I was almost thinking it might have been Jed because he forgot to hit stop.
Huh.
We're going to see.
the longest uninterrupted live webcast, 41 hours.
Dude,
Was that the same person throughout? That
no,
person probably
it
would have gone
was-
insane.
It was 3 guys: Ben Schneider, Dave Davis, that's a great name, and Paul Moeller. And then they adhere to some strict guidelines. 41 hours. Mm-hmm. Well, at a Wonderfest convention, Louisville, Kentucky, between May 30th and June 1st, 2014. This could be an old record. Maybe Dave Jackson has broken it since then.
I'm sorry, was that
Maybe.
for
Should
a,
have called Guinness Book of Records if that were true.
is that a
they're-
podcast or a concert you're
Well,
talking
they're
about?
calling this a webcast, which makes
Okay.
me think it's a live stream, like they were
Yeah.
live for 41 hours.
I am looking now that I also have a database that I haven't updated in a couple months, but of all podcast episodes that were available. And I can check based on the iTunes duration tag, but not everyone uses that. So not completely sure, but I'll try a check here to see if I can find the largest.
Mike Russell has a podcast called The Longest Podcast in the World. And apparently it was 36 hours. And they did hour after hour after hour. So it's 36 different podcasts.
Oh,
But it's one continuous episode that's not true either. They took 35 hours or 36 hours to record it straight beginning to end. They just broke it up into hour because nobody listened to that. That'd be too big of a file. Nobody'd listen to that.
Yeah, just do it for the record. That's all. Who cares who listens to it?
If it's a mega minute. 36 hours.
But if you're gonna put out something that's like 36 or 50 hours, you'd have to compress it down. You
Big
could
time.
compress it down a lot more.
yeah.
Instead of 64 kbps, you can go down to like 20 or something, 16.
Yeah.
It'll sound terrible, but
Yeah.
again, as long as you're breaking the record, right, Billy? As long as you can wear a shirt that says "I am the world record holder."
Yeah. I technically have the record for the
It'd be even with decent quality, it'd be about a 2 gig file, which isn't terrible by today's standards.
yeah.
I mean, that's not terrible.
2 gig
2 gig audio file.
episodes.
Oh, but
2
your
gig
phone would
M4A.
download that. Like your phone would load that in about 3 minutes. So it wouldn't even
Especially
be-
on the
wouldn't even be
5G.
big. Yeah, it wouldn't even be a big anymore. It was big, 10 years ago. That was probably big, but
Remember the days of dial-up? How long that would have taken?
remember the pictures as they'd come across and they would just scroll.
Oh yeah.
Why did you take such a big picture?
Well, what's the world record for the largest file size for a podcast episode? That's one we could go 32-bit, 190
No.
kilohertz.
That I can easily find.
Oh,
Really? Oh, that'd be good. That'd be funny.
nice.
It won't necessarily be complete because I don't have every single podcast episode ever released. This is only what was available during a certain time. I've got my system checking for the longest duration episode. It's going to take it a few minutes to find, but I'll check longest length as well.
What's up, Patrick Keller? How you doing, brother? What's the max users in here, Chris? I'm actually around. Jason, I think you can join. All right, hold on. You know what?
Actually, I'll vacate a spot as well, so you can get a few more in here. I need to let my voice rest and get some more beer. So, because that's what's important. That's what's important.
It's almost been 2 hours. We're almost
I know.
done.
Thanks for having me out, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Daniel, good to see you guys. Roy, nice to meet you. Billy, nice to meet you as well. We'll see
Yeah,
you guys.
likewise, Jim.
All right, take care.
All right, see you, Jim. The great Jim
Take care.
Collison. A giant among men. All right, Jason, I think you're right.
Let's see. Is it too dark to see the DX7 I have here in the studio?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's a little dark.
Yeah. Well, I could turn on the other thing, but I'm also storing some stuff in here for dampening, but there it is.
Oh,
Good
man.
DX7.
Yeah.
That's a classic DX7.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it even has the non-backlit display. And that's the common thing that I noticed that a lot of enthusiasts do, like the first mod. They would upgrade the display to be backlit because and this one has the original display. So when you have it on in this kind of light, you can't see anything that it's showing.
Right. Wow, that's cool. I remember in the studios, like we would rent them and we would get them delivered. But anyway, let's welcome. Just a dramatic pause. I just wanted to, let's welcome Mr. Jason Bryant.
Yay!
And the peasants rejoiced. There was much rejoicing. Yay.
This peasant is not on fire, though.
Jason Bryant. I know. Oh, look at him with the beer. Wow. Okay.
Lit.
Welcome to the speakeasy.
Yeah.
Our last stream
break
was
out some of the alcohol too.
a sip and puff, wasn't it? We called it. But anyway, none of us drink or do anything. So, but Jason Bryant, what is the longest wrestling match ever held? What's the world record? Did you guys
well, for an Olympic level match, it came in 2004 in Indianapolis in a Greco-Roman match where Dennis Hall and Brandon Paulson went into overtime in their third match of their series to determine who went to 04 would have been Athens. And 2000 was Sydney, 04 was Athens. And it went 18 or 19 minutes because they ran the 6-minute match, but then it was unlimited overtime and they just kept resetting the clock because they didn't really know how long they were going to go. So that was definitely the one that's been crazy. So
wait, that last section of the match was like 11 or 12 minutes
the overtime. Yes. Because the rules were a little different back then. So you could go out of bounds and such, but yeah, it was wild back then. Hold on. There we go. I couldn't hear myself. I had to get my universal control working because it has been a real pain to get this thing up and running the last week.
You sound good on that SM7B, bro.
Yeah, it's the love doctor. He's about to speak.
Jason doubles as a.
Are you getting? Nobody picked up the Police Academy reference there. Come on.
No, I didn't. Wait, what?
That was from Police Academy 3.
Wow.
Citizens on Patrol was 4.
Oh, jeez.
Assignment Miami Beach was 5. That was without Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah, I think 4 was Citizens on Patrol.
Collection of pissants. That's not funny, Proctor. Yeah. So you want to quote bad 80s and early 90s movies? I'm your guy too. So
Police Academy.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder.
Say movies, what?
Have they aged well?
I don't know. It's one of those things. I need to go back because I unearthed some old school some audio stuff. I got some of these lying around. You know what? Those are mini discs, brother.
Oh, mini discs.
I got a pile of them right here with some
90s nostalgia there.
One pile of 4. Yeah, I've got the Judgment Night soundtrack over here. Actually, I think that might be the only actual produced mini disc in my collection because I used to record live shows with them. And
Judgment Night.
And I got a mini disc player. I got one from Rolling Stone magazine. It was like, here is a sample mini disc. Go to Circuit City and play this to see if you've won. And I'm like, what? And I remember buying the Judgment Night soundtrack as like the only actual commercially produced mini disc I own.
Now those are ultra rare. The actual pressed mini discs.
Dude, I worked on the song Judgment Night with Biohazard and Onyx. I worked on that.
Dude, that soundtrack was freaking kick ass.
Yeah. I thought that sounded familiar.
Just another victim, kid. Helmet and House of Pain. Yeah, that was like that melding of rap and rock that just made your ears bleed. I'm looking for it. I have it here somewhere, but screw it. Those are all live shows. But yeah, so finally I can unveil it. It's there's my space. That built that bar.
Dude.
Been working on this for a while. Finally got I'm in a bad spot in my camera. So after what happened with Dave with his monitor, I'm like, okay, I'm making sure that is ready to go. I've still got some shit all over here, but because I'm working on making that over there another spot to stream from. Oh, because my card went out and it was like, okay, let's I actually had to go to Best Buy today as a drive up, look for something online, say, I want this, give them the SKU. They'd walk in, grab it, bring it back, charge my card and come out. So, so this is also up where I'm at is sound treated. And behind me is my my man cave stuff. So,
dude,
this is a secret room. This is a secret room. You if you're sitting in the TV room outside of here, you do not know this exists. So,
wait, so is it like a hidden camouflage door that you have to like a bookcase?
It's matching cabinets. So there's 2 matching wood cabinets. One side is filled with books and DVDs, and then we've got our flat screen, and then underneath is some cabinets with game systems and remotes. And on the other side, it looks like just another cabinet to where more books and stuff will go. You open up, and there's this room because the corner is right around the other.
Nice.
My fridge is just that. Actually, maybe I can take the camera a little bit here. Let's see.
Yeah, it's almost like it could have been a man cave, but I decided to make it for podcasting.
Yeah, I've got the acoustic cloud sitting right here. Got my little sound treatment and whatnot. So
nice.
It's not exactly Automute special, but I did get some of their stuff, so that's worked. But yeah, and Chris, like I was talking to you the other day, I was having issues with my audio system, and my Mac Mini was just basically taking a crap on itself. Daniel, I'm not sure if you've heard about these bad magic kernel panics that I've been having with some of the Macs. Well,
Yeah.
The Apple people blamed PreSonus. PreSonus blamed Apple. At one point, one of the tech support, one of the lead techs from PreSonus simply goes, I'm sitting there saying, I'm frustrated. I've spent this much money on this computer and this much money on this audio interface because PreSonus devices are not cheap. And the response, I was like, who's to blame here? What's going on? And the response from the lead tech support guy was, welcome to computers. And that's pretty much a big giant, F you. Yeah. So it seems to be working now because I think I isolated the issue to a bad USB-C dongle that was maybe causing everything to crash. So I've replaced that because I didn't have any crashes over the last couple of days. So
those bad dongles.
Yeah. Because it's a race for ports now. I've got 4 USB-C ports and 2 USB 3 ports, but I've got the Stream Deck, the PreSonus, the keyboard. I don't like wireless keyboards. Then I've got the webcam because it's a mini. It didn't come with one built in. Then I have the HDMI monitor. Then I have the external monitor, another monitor. I got dual monitors plugged into one of the firewalls. Like I had 2 open ports left.
Oh,
let's just get a hub.
That is that's why I had the hub.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's also plugged in as anyway. But yeah, so I haven't, it's been nuts because I went down to 2 ports that were available because I didn't have adapters for the USB 3 Cs. So, but I'm back up and running. That's why I jumped in. I'm happy.
Yeah, man.
Got my beer, got my bar. I built that, by the way. That
is cool, man.
Baseball cards on the front. My old media credentials are underneath a tempered glass top.
That's sweet, dude. That really looks awesome, man. Great job on that.
I'm pretty pleased with it.
It is a man cave / studio, right?
I have 2 girls. I have 2 daughters and a wife. So in about 10 years, there's going to be a lock on that door.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Daniel, did your computer stop chugging away with the query?
It is still chugging. I mean,
really, I'm curious about this too.
I have 27 million podcasts in my database episodes in my database. So do
you have the actual physical files, or you just have a name? I was gonna say like you have like a name, a file size. It's basically like a CSV kind of, right? You export it that way.
Essentially, it's in a database, and so I'm running a query on the database and just waiting for it to run, and I'm running 2 at the same time. So just waiting.
Eldest has.
So it's still thinking.
Yeah, it's a big database. I think it's up to 120 gigabytes, and that's super compressed too. I mean, I've been tracking stuff I can't tell you about yet historically for several months. So it's a really big database.
And it's not because of Apple or anything. It's because, Daniel, you work for the FBI. Just tell everyone straight out. Okay, thank you.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Outstanding.
My production company is called Fractal Recording, and me and a buddy, we had this idea, a marketing idea, where we were gonna say we were the FBI, the Fractal Bureau of Investigation, and we were gonna go into companies and be like, yeah, we heard there's a podcast going on here. We need to see your equipment, please. And just do these FBI investigations on podcasting equipment.
You're just trying to get on the next episode of Darknet Diaries. That's all you're trying to do, Chris.
Oh, what a great show. I listened to it today.
I've got 100 episodes behind to catch up on.
That's such a good show. That's a good example of a host who makes it sound so easy. Right? But I wonder how much planning. Does anyone know him? Jack Reciter?
He's been on Eric's show. I don't know. I think Jason Filippo might know him, but I know that some of his deal is finding, he's kind of channeling his inner Ira Glass with his style, apparently, even though I never listened to Radio Lab or This American Life or any of that stuff. I'd never listened to that. So I don't really know what Ira Glass sounds like because it's not my wheelhouse. I know what Daniel J. Lewis sounds like because I've consumed almost everything he's ever done, but still.
I hear you. Yeah, Ira Glass is like radio. If you think about like a radio documentary style, that's what that is. And great. Just great. Like, I mean, look, there's a reason they're doing that, and there's a reason why they're so popular, right? It's storytelling and leading the listener through this whole thing. It really is an art, and when it's done well, man, much respect.
So, would you describe Darknet Diaries as an entertaining podcast?
Oh, absolutely.
Everything's entertaining if it entertains you. It's like Mitch Hedberg says, everything's a children's book if the kid can read.
Yeah.
I'm getting dangerously low on the number of unplayed podcasts in my podcast app, 149. So I'm looking to expand and subscribe to something new.
No, wait, so you're saying you have not heard Darknet Diaries?
I'm familiar with it, but I've never actually listened to one. Even that epic one he did with the scammer.
Okay. Yeah, dude, it's all about hacking. You would love it. You're going to understand a lot of the hacking jargon.
I'm at 101 unlistened to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Most of those 149 are one particular podcast that isn't necessarily a favorite, but it keeps me engaged. And so I downloaded all of their back catalog. Okay, here we go. Both queries finished. Longest. Where's the number? It just spit out a bunch.
It's got to be a Dan Carlin show.
Oh my God!
Should we go full screen on Daniel?
No.
Okay.
The way I ordered the query, was not good.
Have to
Because
query.
it gave me back a result. What I did is I just told it, show me one, and order it by the iTunes duration in reverse order. So it would give me the one that's the highest iTunes duration. And it returned an episode that has an invalid tag. And so alphabetically, it's the highest duration.
Got it.
Programmer problems. But file size, yes. Here is one. Nope. Again, wow. The length. So the enclosure tag is supposed to have a length attribute to it that's supposed to be a number in bytes. And this one is in looks like Chinese characters.
Oh
And so
boy.
that is alphabetically the longest episode. This
Hold your coronavirus jokes, please.
Well, can we listen to those 2 episodes at least?
Get your sanitizer out.
Oh, jeez.
It's marked explicit.
Hey Billy, how many shows do you listen to, bro? Like in your phone, how many you got lined up?
Well, I have. God, let me see here. How many different shows or how many episodes do I have on listen to?
Both.
Oh God, I caught up on most of mine since I've been home through this, but I have about 40 or 50 shows I'm listening to right now, I think. Mostly a lot of Dan Carlin stuff, a lot of the long episodes. There's speaking of long episodes, I was going to guess that there's an episode, there's a show out there called Those Conspiracy Guys. I don't know if you've heard of it. Their episodes are anywhere between like 5 and 7 hours long usually. Those are pretty good ones to listen to. It's some guys from Scotland that are that go over like conspiracy theories and stuff.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Scottish accents with conspiracy
Wow,
theories.
that's fascinating.
Back and to the left.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I was gonna guess that might be one of them because I know there was one of them that was like on 7.5
evil
8 hours
went.
long.
That was disintegrated.
Yeah, great. I love it. Yeah,
That was like Scotland meets Hogan's Heroes there.
yeah,
That's total crap.
exactly. Yeah.
It was disintegrated. I'm trying to hold back the Arnold there.
I might have 50 podcasts about podcasts that I listen to, and that's Daniel's been there. He knows.
Same thing.
Say what?
how many of them are saying the same thing? I mean, that I'm not sure how much of a problem that is now, but it seemed like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was this wave of new podcasts about podcasting, and they were all saying the same things.
It's like they listened to you and Dave and then
Right.
redid it like a year later.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're not providing anything new to the conversation. Now, some of the podcasts more recently about podcasting, I think, are providing some unique perspectives, and I appreciate that.
I mean, I don't use Buzzsprout, but I've even found their show to be entertaining. I mean, I use Blueberry for some things, but like it seems like the brands now are actually doing more than just hawking their brand. They're not just brand evangelizing. They're actually talking. I mean, and they're not afraid to mention other companies on their shows anymore either. So that's an interesting standpoint by it.
Yeah, the Buzzsprout, the Buzzcast, right? That's the one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I don't listen to all of them.
They have a few, but yeah, their podcast, their Buzzcast is pretty good. They always have some good conversation. They're entertaining to listen to. They've got a great dynamic with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because that goes along with the whole, I want to use the word ethos of podcasting, but I'm actually not sure what that word means precisely, and it might be the wrong word. But the whole vibe of the podcasting space is open, and companies don't mind mentioning each other. And, you know, Rob from Libsyn and you know, Todd Cochran, or, you know, they're friends basically, right? So it's like,
Alexa, what's the definition of ethos?
Ethos is usually defined as the fundamental character or spirit of a culture, the underlying sentiment that informs the beliefs, customs, or practices of a group or society, dominant assumptions of a people or period. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for ethos.
There we go.
all right, the right word.
I can't say it because I actually have a lady in the tube sitting on my desk now too.
Yeah, I just felt tempted to say, okay, Google, tell Siri I said hi.
It's like they took out Siri that said, you know, it's like, dear Siri, where do I bury the bodies? They used to answer that with cemeteries. Now they don't do that.
Yeah.
Apples are sweet. Curious too.
Isn't there there's videos, I've seen some videos on YouTube where somebody will get two AIs talking to each other and like it's a train wreck, but it's so funny. It really is, because they misunderstand words, and it's they start accusing each other of not being sincere and stuff, and it's like,
Is it like the Microsoft bot that they eventually turn into racist smart speakers?
oh god, I didn't see that.
The Cortana.
It's like Clippy meets, you know. I don't know. By the way, Chris, one thing I forgot to mention here is from my seat, I can do that.
Oh,
Now I don't need a lady in the tube to dim the lights. I can pull out the demolition enhance,
dude.
so I can sit here and have the background the way I want it to. So,
Hey, are you ever gonna have like your friends and
that is what that is for.
Okay,
That is going to be. See, what's happening is where I've got my deck over here. I'm facing kind of a wall. Well, behind there is an 8-box XLR that's run through the wall. I ran it before we actually put the walls up.
nice.
So I've got spots for 8 mics over there. I don't need 8. It was just cheaper than buying 4 cables. So I've got, you know, I'm playing with that stuff over there, but I've already got a boom mic. You can kind of see the microphone in the background. The idea is when I get the bar stools in here is have people come over when they're in town, when the quarantine's up, when they come into town to do something. Hey, come down to the speakeasy, have a beer. We record a show. Yeah. And all I'm doing is all the recording goes over to here. I don't actually have to have a separate setup. It's just a couple microphones that runs over to here. And then I'll control the recording from, like, you know, with the new Macs, they have handoff. So you basically have a third screen with your iPad. So I built everything with design in mind. So that TV over there, the TV behind me also is wired to the network. Everything's hardlined through here. I ran all the Cat 6 cables before we even put the walls up. So
nice.
I future-proofed it. So there's 2 extra hard lines over there. So that computer's going to be hardlined. If I need to stream from there, the Mac Mini is hardlined. The TVs, all the downstairs smart TVs are hardlined. So, and I just updated to gigabit about 2 months ago. So with what we're dealing with right now and everybody staying home, and I got a lot of families in this neighborhood. It is notable the degradation in download speeds. So if we were just on basic consumer level, like, I was at 25 down and 6 up like 3 months ago. Now I'm supposed to be at like 900, down and 40 up. Well, that's about 150 right now. Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. Everybody is just binging the crap out of everything. So
I'm quite surprised that my home internet, which is cable, has maintained its speed. I'm doing a speed test right now and it's getting the same speed as normal. So props to well, no cable company is worth mentioning and prop to publicly, but props to whoever it is that provides mine.
Yeah, we can't get fiber here. So, or you can, but the speed isn't where it should be in this neighborhood. So it's like, oh, the dreaded C word, Comcast.
So before I forget, Jason, you got other cameras over there near the bar so that
I will.
Okay.
I'll be able to. I'll have the stream. I still haven't figured out how. Daniel, you might know what's the longest a USB cable can go. Because if I need to pull my Stream Deck all the way over there, it's about 15 feet. So
I think
it can go a ways. I've tried. I've run my DSLR camera through, I think, maybe 20 feet of USB into my computer, and also the C920. I've done about the same length, 20 feet.
I remember looking that up once, where the longest the USB can go is about 25 feet or something like that. I remember we were looking at ways to use a direct box for our live shows, and I had to look up the maximum length a MIDI cable can be and a max USB cable can go. And it was right at almost 15 feet, and the other was 30, but I think MIDI is probably the longer one.
HDMI has a limit, BNC has a limit, VGA has a limit. I knew that from all the video we used to run with events, but I don't know if you could see it. There's a webcam on a tripod just over my head. So if you look right there, that was my setup to see if I could stream anything from what you also can't see is the PlayStation 2 that I plugged in the other day down here, because I just don't have a gaming system except for a PS2. So and a Raspberry Pi. But yeah, so I'm looking at putting a camera over there and then running again the video. I just bought a Cam Link, which should be here in a couple days, maybe, depending on where. Because apparently all the prices on podcasting and streaming and all these, the home streaming stuff is just skyrocketing right now. I think somebody is saying that a C920 they saw for like $300 somewhere, and be like, no.
Well, it's sold out. Yeah. All the webcams. It's all these business people having to meet at home and they're told buy a webcam.
Yeah. So okay. I got a 615 behind me.
According to Google, how long? See, USB 2.0 can be up to 25 meters. And a maximum recommended length for USB 3 and 3.1 is 15 meters.
All right, in good shape.
15 meters, that's a lot, yeah.
49 feet, yeah.
It's a meter. Oh, wait. Metrics. I'm going to deal with all that stuff with kilos.
That's right.
Yeah, since I'm not going anywhere for a while now, I lost all my events from now through the end of the summer, so looks like I'm home.
Dude, like you would travel. How often would you travel? Like every month or so? Go out to an event?
I announced the NAI Nationals in Wichita. That was my last event. I was supposed to do Division 3s in Cedar Rapids wrestling, and then I was supposed to do Division 1s, which were at US Bank Stadium, 15 minutes from where I live in Minneapolis. So that was going to be 40, 50,000 fans in there for wrestling, which never happens unless it's professional wrestling, which isn't the same. And then I was going to do the Olympic trials in 2 weeks at Penn State. And then, of course, I got my Olympic contract officially canceled this morning. So, yeah, I'm going to have to come back and wait to see if they're going to come back and bring me in for whenever 2021 happens. But it's like, geez, I mean, yeah.
But you mentioned the wrestling that you cover and professional wrestling aren't the same. What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean?
Oh, there's some crossover, Chris. Matter of fact, Jerry Briscoe from the WWE sent me a very inappropriate forward this morning, which was quite funny. So yeah, there's some. Actually, I was with Briscoe and at the Nationals last time I was there, but yeah. So I'm shut down for the year, and it's costing me a shit ton of money. Won't get into specifics, but independent content creators. I have clients that are podcasts. The podcast clients I have, several of them are universities, and they are closed. And then this is going to affect their budget because they're not having the ticket sales. They're not having all sorts of stuff coming in. So I may lose, my college clients after this when the budgets come out next year. So
right,
I'm in deep shit.
I feel you, man.
Thankfully, I married up. So if I were single living by myself, I would not be in a good space right now. But
all right,
I save my money. I do good. So
oh yeah,
all right, good.
I actually have a correction to make on that USB. Those long lengths are if it's an active cable, but a regular USB cable, max of 5 meters for USB 2.0 and a max of 3 meters for 3.0.1. So yeah, I guess if it's powered, like I guess maybe if it's going through a USB hub or something like that, you can have it up to 25 meters and 15 meters.
Hello, Facebook user. Get your waiters on, Jason. Hey, by the way, Facebook user, if you want us to see your name,
it's Mark. It's Mark Johansson.
Is it? Okay, it's Mark.
Yeah,
Johansson.
I just got the notification. So
okay. What's up, Mark? Garage Gym 411 kicking butt on Facebook. Right? Got like 18 million members in your group or something, dude. So wait, Mark Johansson, are you live streaming from your garage gym? You should do that, bro. Do push-ups and just.
I did 10 push-ups on my Instagram today.
Really?
Because I got challenged to do it. Because when Olympic medalists say, Jason, do 10 push-ups, you do 10 push-ups.
Oh.
Although I went back and watched the IG story to see how heavy I was breathing to make sure it wasn't completely Fatty McGee taking the stairs. No, it was just my shoulder popping every single time I came. I was like, pop. Wow. That injury, I really should have gotten checked out 22 years ago.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's not good. I got an injury on my shoulder that still hasn't healed.
You got a big one right there.
Yeah, I got an injury on my, it's called myself.
I should have put my glasses on to fit in.
But my shoulder's messed up and I don't know what it is. Like I literally was like a year and a half ago started doing push-ups and I didn't do them too quick. Like I started slow. But then something happened and it hurt. And then I waited like literally 6 or 9 months and it felt better after like 2 or 3 months, but I waited a long time just in case. And then I started doing push-ups again and then the same thing. And it's like, I don't know if I really did. I must have done something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. But I ain't going to go to the doctor anytime soon, but I don't really go to doctors. Anyone else stay away from doctors besides me? No.
I usually try and refrain from having to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't. Unless.
That's why I also go to the gym more regularly too, up until recently.
Wow, this stream is still going. We're in the lounge.
Yeah, I had to head back to the bedroom to plug my laptop into the charger.
Okay, yeah. Well, we could probably wrap it up pretty soon. I mean, it is getting late, and I mean, there's 10,000 people watching us, but
Chris, last night I'm sitting there about to go to bed. It's like I don't know. We just finished watching like episode 91 of The Office, and I just grabbed my phone to pop an AirPod in to go to sleep. Well, what show am I going to fall asleep to today? And then YouTube notification: Ray Ortega is now live. I'm like, looks like I'm watching some more podcast nerd stuff. So it's like one of those things. Like usually when you pop up on this before we went more frequently with the shutdown, it was like, crap. I'm putting the kids to bed. Oh, Mountain Time Zone. Like,
exactly.
I mean, geez, I know Daniel knows. Like when I first jumped in, probably showing up on Dave's show and it was like everything that was live. I'm like, I'm there. I was at every single thing. And I still haven't been to podcast movement. Go figure.
There you go. Well, hey, August.
We had
probably happen
NMX.
in August.
I had a burger and a milkshake with Daniel at a New Media Expo.
Yeah,
NMX. Oh, back
out
then.
there at Holstein's in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, that was the dreaded. Oh man, the awards was just that was the first debacle of the awards. I hosted the second debacle of the awards. Oh man, yeah. Back-to-back years. Yeah, that was a good spot. Holstein's was.
Yeah. Some of the best burgers and milkshakes I've ever had. there at Holstein's.
I mean, I'm a bit of
Costco.
a lactose intolerant, but that was one of those things where that shake was worth the gas. I mean, it was just like, you know what? Sometimes you need that pint of Ben and Jerry's just because you apologize to your wife, you just dig in and just don't fluff the sheets. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I've been married almost 10 years. I'm getting to that point.
Yes, Mark Johansson, we can see your name, brother. Thank you. Oh, here's another Facebook user, though. Hey, Facebook user, so happy you found it. Yeah, we're happy you're here. By the way, if you want us to see your name, please click the link to
It's
let StreamYard
Christopher J. Nessie. See, what you got to do is you got to keep the Facebook page on another tab so you don't have to constantly go.
Yeah, but I'm
find it
as well. Yeah.
On the whole platform though is like, because I know you're throwing this a bunch of. My favorite is Twitch because I can press play when I lock my Apple screen. I can press play and it still plays. You have to have premium on YouTube to do that, and Facebook won't do it. So, like when I want to like close this phone but still listen, I can have Twitch and I just hit play on the lock screen and it goes. So
Does Twitch also
That's
support
good to know.
picture on iOS?
I do not know.
That was always the thing that frustrated me with YouTube. Why I don't use it to listen to music was for that very reason. You have to have the pay service to get the app to.
I don't miss that. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it, but at the same point, when you're playing a lot of YouTube for your kids, and it's like my 3-year-old starts going, "Dad, ad," so you have to run in, grab the Roku, hit OK, and then just go back to it. Right now, it's just who knows what they're going to show up. Thankfully it's a guest account, so all the Peppa Pig stuff doesn't always filter into my my curated, what's next on YouTube. But when I was watching Cobra Kai, it was like, okay, premium, and then you cat it for the rest of the month, and I'm like, this is totally almost worth keeping. Then you realize, I'm not impacted by the commercials as much, but I do miss the whole with Dave's show on Saturday mornings, press play and walk away. You can still put it in your pocket, and who knows if you're typing ASDF in the chat from your phone hitting your pocket. I don't know. I just that's why I do like Twitch, is you can play it in a lock screen. Blab was good with that, and so was Get Vocal.
Yeah, but the cool thing about that though is that if you're streaming it on Chromecast, it does let you turn off the screen because it's on a different screen. But that's the thing that you usually deal with when you're.
Roy's petting Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah, I was wondering if he's practicing his evil villainy skills.
Right?
We will take over the world.
Well, you saw my office chair, and it's like this big boss office chair. So there were a couple of times when I'm mixing a song, and then Doodle, my cat, jumps right up on my lap, and I start petting, and then I almost feel like that evil mastermind.
Yeah,
it's
look what
either...
you did to Mr. Bigglesworth.
Dude, Chris, I'm going to throw back a Dr. Claw reference because I always think of Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget with an evil cat, not Austin Powers.
Okay,
I'll get you, Inspector Gadget.
Very impressive.
yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you.
It's freaking cold in here.
The guy that actually originally did that voice, he was part of his inspiration for that voice was Barry White.
Being a large South Park fan, I can and one that's Isaac Hayes, but yeah, that whole yeah, baby, the love.
So
go back to the Love Doctor. We brought it back.
I'm curious for each of you and everyone in chat as well. What is the dumbest movie that you like the most? Like, what really dumb movie do you think is really the funniest? Because for me, it's like Austin Powers is a good example. I would say Austin Powers.
Oh, like dumb comedy.
Yeah, like just stupid movie, like something like the average wife would watch with you, and after 5 minutes, she'd be like,
absolutely,
"Oh my God, just walk away."
Basketball.
Oh, that's one of my top 3 sports movies of all time.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Well, it does make me think of that one, Dodgeball. That one's quite up there too.
I'm still a traditionalist. It's like Airplane and Spaceballs are pretty up there, and then
Spaceballs, yeah, that one's
Slapshot. My wife will not watch Slapshot with me. It's just we played the Slapshot drinking game in college. We made it about 15 minutes in before we were all completely trashed.
Idiocracy. I don't know that one, Mark Johansson.
Idiocracy is actually
That's a
now
documentary.
turning into a documentary. Yes, it was set in the past about a time in the future, and it's really close.
That one was crazy.
It's you want to talk about if it still plays, if it's still it's more, it plays more so now than it did when it came out. I mean,
Super Troopers.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is another one that is.
Oh
Daniel
yeah,
Hager's here. What's up,
Killer
man?
Clowns from Outer Space had a lot of big visual effects guys before they got big. It was like the best made B movie.
We're actually talking about B movies the other day. How we they were talking about Stroker Ace. If you don't like Talladega Nights, you can't dog Stroker Ace. And I was like, I saw Stroker Ace on TBS. Like I saw many other great classics of the day, like Piranha and Night of the Lepus and The Swarm and every single airport movie and Terror at 38,000 Feet starring Shatner. I mean, just every bad
Snakes on a Plane.
I saw that in the theater opening night. Okay, don't be hating. I got that on DVD. I own that shit. So
hey, if it weren't for Samuel L. Jackson, they wouldn't have given it that name.
Well, they had to go back and reshoot this or add the scene. I have had it.
We should do a watch party or something.
Oh,
Snakes on I've never seen Snakes on a Plane.
Well, that's another thing I'm going to do here, Chris, is when I bring people over is I've got that screen. It's through the computer. I'm going to go, we'll be a Friday night. My buddy will come over or something. We'll record UFC does Fight Companion with Joe Rogan, where they sit around, they'll watch a fight and they'll talk about it, but it won't be on the screen because of obviously, copyrights and whatnot. And, Facebook will shut you down, but that's another show concept that I kind of, the way I set this thing up is where we can turn and watch and then still talk about something and record it. And, there's content there. So everything in this bar, studio, speakeasy has its purpose.
That's awesome, man.
So
Stroker Ace, Hooper. What about you, Daniel? As far as movies?
For favorite dumb one, I tend to not favor the dumb ones. So I don't know if I have one actually.
Well, Airplane.
I can tell you one that I did rave about when I watched it, and then someone who I said should watch it came back saying, Daniel, that was a dumb movie. And it turned out what got me, and this is the trick. If you movie producer watching this right now want a movie that Daniel J. Lewis will probably fall in love with accidentally, is have a great soundtrack. Like the
Judgment Night.
The kinds of movie soundtracks. Soundtracks are what I love. That's the
Last
kind of
Action Hero. Terrible movie. Great soundtrack.
Well, see what I like. For example, good soundtrack movies or good movies with soundtracks I've liked recently. The Transformer movies soundtracks. I like those. Steve Jablonsky, one of my favorite composers. He also did The Island, and he did Transformers. He did. I can't remember some of the other ones.
He did the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well.
Oh, okay. I've been out of the soundtrack scene for a while, so I don't know. But so
he does a lot of good work, though.
It was a Steve Jablonsky soundtrack for the movie Dragon Wars, where someone awakens a Chinese dragon in the modern world, and they start attacking the world, and then you have to get the good guy dragon to battle the bad guy dragon.
That's how coronavirus started. It's a freaking Chinese dragon.
Yeah, but no good soundtrack to coronavirus. Someone needs to fix that.
Well, there is a death metal band called Coronavirus now, and they're currently on tour.
Actually on tour, yeah. That's
oh my God,
Chris, you can't see it back here behind the TV. Is it's kind of, you can kind of see it, the LP of the Vision Quest soundtrack.
One of these, okay.
Yeah.
It's as if you could see my cursor pointing.
I still haven't mastered the art of Daniel. How do you do that? You've done this for so many years.
It's so hard. It's here's my microphone.
Well, because I'm looking at the screen. I know it's there. Okay. Well, you should just turn and point to it.
Yeah, that's the thing is just point without looking at the screen. Just know, yeah, it's there.
Yeah. Right. Maybe, yeah. So, yeah.
See, the thing is, your wife refuses to watch My Cousin Vinny. That's a that's like almost like a family type movie. That's not a terrible guy movie or anything. I wonder why she won't watch it.
I had the same conversation about grits with my in-laws that Joe Pesci had with the cook in that diner. What's a grit? Because I'm from the South. Now I live in Minnesota. They don't do grits up here. So
if I'm going to eat grits, this will offend some of you. I have it with sugar.
I don't even know what that means. I don't think I've ever had grits. I don't know what that means.
Well, I like my grits like I like my rice, either sweet or savory. It's just
salt,
one way or
pepper,
the other.
butter, and you get a pass with depending on the amount of cheese you put in it. Because I make a killer cheese grit souffle.
Now, if it's got a lot of cheese, I might like it.
Someone once told me
cheese grit souffle needs a good brick of cheese. So you're usually going to get, it's artery clogging. It's that good. Yeah.
Yeah, the Vision Quest soundtrack.
No self-respect and Southern uses instant grits. I guess I'm just a fast cook, I guess. All the problem is if you're craving them, it's really hard to get anything other than quick cook grits up here. They're not instant, but they're also not 20-minute grits.
Al dente. You can make grits al dente? That's a thing?
That's a thing? You were serious about that?
I don't even know what grits are, dude. It's like a potato or what?
Yep. Corn.
Yep.
Them's hominy grits. Next up in the lounge, it's Stump the Movie Quiz, brought to you by My Cousin Vinny and Tiger King.
In the next lounge, Chris tries grits for the first time with sugar.
Well, you really can't because all the Waffle Houses are closed right now. So you're really SOL there.
Wait, so you could make grits at your house, right? Or no?
Right. You can. I'm also thinking, what would have grits in Colorado Springs? Oh, I don't think the Egg and I has grits. They have a killer breakfast. You should know that. But
I've been there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. We go to this other local place that it's like, it's not a chain. It's just like,
well, I lived there for 3 years. What's the name of the place?
It's called.
Sorry, guys, you're out of the conversation. We're talking Colorado Springs grits right now.
New Day Cafe. Yeah.
Googling.
Cafe. Yeah, it's just a cafe. So anyway, what do you guys think? You think we lounged enough here?
I'm lounging now.
Yeah, well,
New Day Cafe.
All right, and Mark's gonna drink. Time to drink. Are you? What are you talking about? Are you gonna drink a protein shake, Mark, before you do 80 more sit-ups, dude? All right. Well, look, let's pack it in. Let's call it an evening. Let's go around the horn and you can each plug your stuff and say goodbye. Billy O, brother.
TheBillyOShow.com. Check it out on all major platforms and some of the smaller ones as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to show. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Who's next? Daniel?
Next up.
Check out mypodcastreviews.com to see and share all of your global podcast reviews.
And Roy Stegman, my brother.
Yeah, come check out some of the bands I play in. Primarily Sister Kill Cycle and my solo stuff, Prosthetic Orchestra. We're going to be doing some new material since we couldn't tour. Being coronavirus. But yeah. And but yeah, there'll be some remixes coming out soon, and I'll share you the link for that.
Cool. Yeah, and so Mark said Ralph's name, and so if anyone, whenever we hear the word Ralph M. Rivera, just drink like whatever you're drinking.
I got you. I'm on that.
Yeah. So
drinking in advance. I can't make it to the refrigerator, but I'll be drinking some of my cousin's awesome mead in response to that.
Okay, so Jason Bryant from the studio. Are you going to serve grits in your studio, by the way?
It's not a traditional bar food, so I highly doubt it. I mean, we're talking beer nuts, pretzels. I mean, my kid's on a munchie mix kick right now, so there may be that concoction because who doesn't love Sun Chips, Cheetos, and pretzels and Doritos? But I'm at the litany of wrestling podcasts I have, over 30 past and present, at MattTalkOnline.com, including the flagship Short Time Wrestling podcast, which has featured Mr. Matthew Bodine from the Vision Quest cover. So
that is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I'm going to say one thing in a second, but seriously, it was fun hanging out with you guys. I don't know when we're going to stream again, but we always stream on the first Wednesday of the month. So I don't know what that is in April, but whatever. And yeah, join the Facebook group, and we stream on Twitch and YouTube and everything. And so thank you guys for joining. It was really fun. Chris, enjoy the lockdown. Thank you. Jason Bryant, the UFC is calling. Hey now. Litany of Wrestling Podcast.com. Do you own that one, Jason?
Actually, you know what? Let me go to Hover.
All right. Well, thanks,
I got a story
everybody.
about that. We'll tell you that off air.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you guys for being here. And I just had one more thing I wanted to mention real quick.